こいつは楽しめそうだ。
Fighters ready. Engage.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Hoover 186 back again with another podcast. It's a late edition of the Overrated Podcast, episode 38. I am your co-host Hoover 186, and this is my tag team partner, Traditionalist 101.
Oh yes, the traditionalist 101 is back. Hoovy 186 is back, and we are going to deliver a nice, decent show. It won't be that long. We only have, a couple, topics today, but I still think those are really good, interesting topics nonetheless. So, with all that being said, how was your weekend, my young chum?
It was fine for the most part. I mean, I got a flat tire, which is always wonderful. So uh,
I
so
think
you
that's
know.
like your third, fourth flat tire of the year.
No. I just know when you buy used tires, you just know that they're gonna pop eventually. It just came at a bad time, but I thankfully I was able to get it done. It's not that big of a deal. Other than that, everything else has been it's been fine. Like the same old. To be honest with you.
You see,
What
that's
about
what
you?
happens. This is what happens when you cheap. When you
I'm not.
cheap,
I'm not
you get.
spending. I'm not spending hundreds of dollars on tires. I'm not doing that.
No, but see, but this is the result that you get for being cheap.
Mm.
When you're cheap, you get crappy products, and the crappy products that you buy are not going to perform well, as you can see.
I guess. Well, how was your weekend?
It was awful.
Really?
Saturday, I had to work. Usually I'm off, but I had to work because I had to take care of certain equipment that I'm only allowed to do on the weekends because I can't cause any type of disturbance when the pharmacy is, you know, mixing, drugs and things like that because they need the machinery, obviously, to do the job.
Hmm.
So I can't mess with it on the weekend until the weekend. So that way everybody is off and I could do what I have to do without causing any type of disturbance. So, and I was just completely exhausted. As soon as I got off for work, I think I went to bed around like 5 o'clock and I didn't wake up till 4 a.m. So that was my whole Saturday. Just work and sleep. But on Sunday, it was fine.
Hmm.
Watched a couple of games, ate really good. So Sunday was okay. But I really wish I did more. And it
Hmm.
felt like the weekend just flew by. Like it didn't even feel like a weekend whatsoever, which which is devastating. Now I'm starting to work this week again. That's not good. That's not good. Not good.
Yep. Yep. All right, as I get these links out, um, we might as well get started with the first topic, which is the
And,
NBA
and, and,
playoff.
and before and before we start,
Mm,
I would like to give one extra shout out some more because as I know how much you hate this, and I know how much you um don't care for it, but I do, and some of our friends also care for it. So I'm just gonna read just the headline, and then we'll start with the regular topics. But I just want to give another great shout out. Let me see here, and is if can you see this?
mm,
Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 becomes top grossing video game movie. It's this movie is just constantly generating money after money after money after money. Now, there's other movies that are doing also a decent job. Like I think there's this movie called The Bad Guys or something like that. And obviously, you have Batman and whatever. But yeah, this is once again just shows. how iconic and how relevant this character is. I know you don't like it because I know you despise the character, but
You
this is
you
just
you keep you keep you keep saying that like it's true.
yeah, it is true. I've said it. Randy obviously has said it. I
No,
mean,
because Randy's trolling and you fell for it. And you constantly fall for it. And I'm not going to repeat it because I'm not I don't want to talk about this. So
no, 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 no,
you,
no.
you know you know
We're not, we're not.
you know what my feelings are about the game. I don't The franchise is the franchise. I'm talking about the games. You keep forgetting that because you don't listen to what I say.
Oh man.
So I'm talking about the games. But like I said,
Okay, but just one question and let's move on. Do you believe that he is one of the greatest iconic characters of all time?
yes, obviously he is, and I've told you that. I told you that. Like he's a much cooler character than Mario by a lot. The problem is that the games don't match the coolness of the character. They just don't.
Yeah, first off, you can't. You The reason why you cannot say that is because you didn't play all the games. I
No,
played
no,
mostly all of them. You haven't.
I played enough.
No, you haven't.
First, I don't trust your taste in much of anything because you have a low bar for what you think is good or bad.
No, you do. You
No,
think
no, no,
everything.
no,
You
no.
think
No,
everything's
no.
overrated.
I have a high bar.
You think
Some people say I have a too high of a bar. But when it comes to gaming, I have a high standard for what's good or bad. You don't.
you have a high standard of what's good or bad.
Yeah,
No,
yeah. My standards
no.
are much higher than yours. Much higher.
I don't. I
So
don't. Go ahead.
when I say, yeah, I don't know if this game is any good, or if you have a litany of bad Sonic games, I'm not the one that's pretending that they don't exist. You do. You are. You're the one that pretend that they don't. You act like they're on. You act like the Sonic series in general is on the same level as Mario, and I'm telling you that's not. It's not. It's not. When it comes to Metacritic, it's not. Critical
Well,
acclaim is not. I'm just being honest with you.
the problem is with you is that you have all these Sonic games that you haven't even played. That's why your opinions. I mean, it's just not something that yeah, because you don't even play these games. Like you never played any of the DS Sonic games. You never played any of the ones that came out, that was released for the Wii. You didn't play the ones that was released, for the GameCube. Like the only Sonics pretty much that you actually invested in was the Sega Genesis Sonic games. What other Sonic games that you tried in modern day? You haven't. You haven't.
You want to know what?
I think the last Sonic game that you actually invested in and playing was the Sonic Heroes. And how many years? How long ago was that?
It was a long time ago,
A long time ago.
and I regret not using that time better. I regret not using that time better than wasting my time playing that dog shit game. The
Hmm.
fact, here's the thing. The reason why I don't play Sonic games because I know what they are. It's a platformer that encourages you to go fast, and then when you slow down, it just becomes a very average platformer. That's all I said. I don't hate the character. I don't even hate the franchise.
Yeah, you do.
I just don't think the franchise is as good as you make it out to be. And the trend that you have that you the characteristic that you have is that if you don't like it if I don't like something as much as you do, you say that I hate it. That's what you do.
No, is that it's because you always badmouth, certain characters every single time. Like the way that like
What character have a bad mouth?
Mario and Sonic, perfect examples.
Okay, and I'm sitting here.
Spyro's another good example.
Yeah, okay, hey,
Always talking trash about those characters all the
you
time.
okay, and yet I say that the Mario games are better, and I also said that the Sonic character is cooler.
And Spyro,
What about them? Like, what about them? Like the games, those games aren't even good. Who cares?
There you go. There you go. But I don't want to get too sidetracked because I can see that this is probably going to go even more. I just want to give it a quick shout out. 148 point 9 million whatever, and it looks like the momentum is going to continue to flourish because once again like this is one of the coolest characters of all time. To me, I could easily compare this Sonic character.
No, let me go back to it. My bad.
Yeah, I could easily compare this Sonic character to whether it's Bugs Bunny, Mickey Mouse. That's basically where he is. Everybody knows about him. Everybody, including the grandmas and grandpas, know who this person is. This character is. Everybody, from kids to people who in old age, know who this dude is. That just shows how relevant and how iconic this character is. And I'm sorry, having as much as you don't like, the video game, there's going to be more. I'm going to buy them. I'm going to invest in them, and I'm
What else does Sega have? What else
and
does Sega
and
have?
and I'm going to enjoy them. What?
What else does Sega have?
What do you mean?
This is all they have. Sonic. This is all they have. At least that's all they're willing to invest.
That's fine. But we have Sonic video games. We have Sonic, T-shirts and merchandise, and we
That's
have
fine.
now we have Sonic movies. So I'm sorry, Havinel, but that's just how it is, and that's where it's going
And
to
and,
stay.
and and you say that you have a higher standard of quality than me. You just said that you're gonna buy every Sonic game. You're gonna like all of them. So why would I take your opinion as objective when you've already pretty much admitted that you're gonna like every Sonic game that comes out.
I'm going to buy every Sonic game that comes out
Hmm.
because I know those games are going to be good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. NBA playoffs. What we're going to do is we'll cover everything that went on. We were supposed to do a podcast over the weekend discussing the playoffs, and hopefully we'll try to get the playoffs into round two.
The,
You know,
no. The reason why we weren't able to do the podcast in the weekend is because of your cheapness. But go on, continue.
anyways. Yeah, so I had a flat tire, and I was dealing with some other stuff too. So I just couldn't do it. So
And you want to talk about high standards and outstanding products. Yeah, okay. Go continue.
what are you talking about?
You
What
you
are,
you
what are you
want
talking
you
about?
talk about like high standards, but yet you don't want to buy good quality tires for your vehicle. Well,
I, I'm
continue.
ta- I like when it comes to tires. I just need tires. That's it. I don't need to spend $200 on tires. I'm not doing that. You can blame me on that. But what I look to is when it comes to quality, when it comes to my entertainment, and that's pretty much how I roll.
I also
Um,
think quality is also important when it's something that takes you to and fro.
okay, I just need something to take me to and fro, not something that I need design. I don't need designer tires. Like fuck out of here. Anyways, regardless of that, Miami and Phoenix, Miami and Philadelphia. This is actually the reason why we were late. I didn't want to be distracted during the podcast, so I decided, let me watch the game and
Now you heard that, everybody. He didn't want to get distracted.
yeah.
He
So
didn't want to get distracted.
yeah, because I actually have a favorite basketball team, so I wanted to watch the game, and Miami won 106-92. So so they're up 1-0. Like okay, before we get to the series in general, um obviously Miami took care of business, like I said, like I wanted them to. They took care of business. They beat Atlanta in 5 games. Shout out to Victor Oladipo. He played well in Game 5, and to help eliminate Atlanta, and and um and Philadelphia. Did you think that they were gonna choke the lead against Toronto?
Honestly, I did. I did. I honestly thought that they were going to win the series. That
Hmm.
Toronto was going to win the series, and I really wanted that to be a huge, huge story because I was so anticipating for that to happen.
Yeah.
I was so I'm pretty sure you were too.
Yeah, yeah, me too, me too. It would have been fun it would have been fun to happen, but Philadelphia took care of business. Unfortunately, Joel Embiid got hurt, and he got elbowed straight in the eye.
And before we continue with that,
Hmm.
how did you feel about Doc Rivers' excuse that he gave with all the 3-1 leads that he basically screwed over?
It is what it is. Like like I said, he in my opinion, he's the most overrated coach, and I don't want to say the history of basketball, but he's an overrated coach. You know what I'm saying? Do I blame him for what happened to Embiid? No, not really, because like I said, that could happen anytime. That could happen anytime. But I mean, with that said, you lost your best player for at least 2 games. They're saying that he's probably gonna try to play game 3. Um, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. But ultimately, they ain't winning nothing if he don't play.
The only thing that I'm so confused
Mhm.
what was that I thought he was hurt because of the hand injury, not
No, no,
because of.
no. The hand is still hurt. The hand is definitely still hurt. Now he got an orbital fracture, and that's a no brainer. And I think he also had a concussion. So, and even if he wanted to play game 2, he's not even with the team right now. He's in Philly. He's in Philly right now, recovering. So right now, like really, the only thing they can hope for is for Harden to turn back the clock, and he really in the first half I thought he played fine, but then the second half they were just invisible. He was invisible.
Yeah.
So
So do you think that this is going to be a sweep?
no, 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 I don't think so. With Embiid coming back, I don't think it's gonna be a sweep, but I do think Miami's gonna win this series.
Yeah, I think Miami is also going to win, and like my goodness, I really was hoping for a. I thought this was probably going to go to a game 7, but I think Miami's probably going to easily win, either in 5 or 6. Now, you mentioned Atlanta Hawks earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I also thought that series was going to go to 7 games after Butler and Lowry wasn't available to play. I thought because I think you posted on Twitter that you were worried or something
No,
like
no,
that.
no. I just said fuck when Butler was out for the game.
That means you're worried.
No, I still expected them to win the game though.
You still
I still
expected them to win
yeah
5 games after that?
yeah I still expected them to win that game
Oh, okay.
because they're much better than Atlanta. So and Trey Young, per usual, didn't do nothing. It was DeAndre Hunter was the one that was hurting us. So
Yeah,
props to
yeah,
him, he played well. But like I said, we dispatched them. We got game 1 in the bank, so we're good there.
yeah.
So
So
next.
yeah, so definitely had to give credit. Now, again, just so everybody know, the reason why we're talking about this is because we didn't get a chance to talk about it before because of having those cheapness.
Mhm.
So because of having those cheapness, we wasn't able to do a podcast over the weekend. So you could blame him for that, or him, not me. You could blame him for that. But at the end of the day, you can say that Miami does look very impressive, especially defensively. And I expect for them to continue on, with this defense, especially with Embiid not be able to partake, even in the next game. So this should be a clean, easy, not a sweep, but just an easy series, for Miami. I think it's going to be just as easy how they faced Atlanta. I think they're going to go through the same thing.
Yeah. All right. So second game, the game 1, Milwaukee and Boston was actually on Sunday, and Milwaukee kicked their ass pretty much. Milwaukee kicked their ass. I forgot the score, but yeah, but I
I
mean,
think it was like a 101 to 80 something, like
yeah,
101 to I think it was 101-89 or something like that.
yeah. So they kicked their ass. I do expect I do think Boston's gonna win game 2, but who you got winning the series?
I got I got I got Milwaukee winning in six.
Okay.
I have
You know,
Milwaukee winning in six.
I'm the same way. Well, I don't know. Like I don't know, man. Like it to be honestly, it depends on Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown, because I mean I expect, Boston, in my opinion, has more talent, especially when you don't have Drew Holiday there. But at the same time, if they can't stop Giannis, then none of this is possible. None of this is gonna happen. I mean, Giannis pretty much dominated Tatum and Boston in Game One, and if they can't stop him, they're not gonna win the series.
Um, I dude, dude, I'm watching the game,
Hmm.
and I said to myself, I can't wait to start the podcast. I couldn't wait because it goes to show that I was right and you were wrong.
What was I wrong about?
I told you that the best player
Hmm.
in the league
Hmm.
was Giannis.
You know what's
Not
funny?
not not not, not KD.
You
Not
know you know
KD.
what's funny? For years, and you keep forgetting this.
Not
You
KD.
you you've been championing James Harden, right? Championing that dude, and all the reasons why you say you don't like KD was everything that James Harden was. A guy who was a great offensive player, but don't give you nothing else. Don't give you nothing else anywhere else. You talk about KD's defense as if James Harden played any. At least,
KD's deep. KD's defense is overrated. I told you
and
that.
at least he at least he,
Overrated.
at least he played defense. At least he
Overrated.
plays it. At least he plays it, unlike Harden. But all because Giannis won a ring. Now you want to hop on his dick. Now you want to hop on the bandwagon.
First
When
off,
I've been told you when I've been told you how great Giannis is, and yet you didn't want to listen.
you never said that he was the best player in the league at that time.
I've said that before. I've said that before. At least when you ask me a question about who's someone who I would start a franchise with, yeah, I said Giannis.
No, you said KD.
No, I said Giannis.
Trust me, you said
I
KD.
said Giannis because
I
he's
think even the
younger.
last podcast you said KD.
No, you're not understanding, because because like with the Sonic thing, you conflate everything into, if you always conflate everything into, oh, if I think he's the best player, that means that I only think he's the best, and this and that, and that's not how it goes, right? I said in that series that the best player in that series was KD, and I said that I do believe that Kevin Durant, when everyone's healthy, I do think Kevin Durant's the best basketball player in the world. I do think that, right?
Thank you.
That doesn't mean
Thank you.
that when it comes to start a franchise, I would pick on Giannis Antetokounmpo, and I've said that over and over again.
Oh please.
I've said that over and over again. You forget, because all you do is you just hop from one player to another based on how good they're playing that week.
Yes, because
One,
they're
one, one week is KD. Well, no, one week is Giannis. One week is Steph Curry. One week is James Harden. One week is this guy. Is next week is that guy. The following week is that guy. You go from player to player to player, and you never pick players who you don't like, i.e. LeBron, i.e. Kevin Durant.
that is so not true. I've picked LeBron many times, in
Yeah,
many
okay,
occasions. I've said LeBron was the best player. He's not the best player anymore,
that's fine.
and he
Regardless,
hasn't been the best player. For quite some time now.
yeah, okay. Regardless of that. All right, so I'm torn on this series, because I do, a part of me do think that Boston should do better than what they're doing, but I don't know if I can pick against Giannis against Boston. But let me read these comments from Joshua. He said Heat in 4, Grizzlies in 6. We'll talk
Oh,
about that. We'll talk about that.
what's going on, nephew? What's up?
Boston.
I do think. Well, no, continue,
No, no, no,
continue.
no, no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
To say that he isn't for, I think that's a little, of a stretch. But I'll explain, once we'll get back to that.
Okay, Boston lost trying to use their Nets game plan, thinking it would work on Giannis. Giannis and KD aren't the same. Once they adjust their game plan, Celtics will smack them. That's interesting. Because look, the last time Milwaukee played Boston, um, Kyrie was on Boston and he did nothing in that series, and Milwaukee kind of steamrolled them. And I don't know if Boston had the personnel to stop Giannis. I don't know if they do. So.
Um, here's the thing, right?
Mhm.
I don't think it's as easy to adjust to Giannis like how Boston was able to adjust, with KD. I don't think it's possible because unlike KD, Giannis has different ways to beat you. He could either beat you with his defense. He could beat you either with his rebounding. He could beat you, being aggressive, taking the ball to the basket. And if you were paying attention into the game, he was actually making a lot of good jump shots. So he basically was like playing as an all around player, unlike KD. Because once you take away KD's shooting, what do you have? What do you have? You don't have anything anymore. Because as I said before, his defense is overrated to me. He's too skinny, and he doesn't take the ball to the basket as he should. Especially someone who is 7 feet. You would think someone who is 7 feet tall, 6'11". I don't know the precise height that he is.
Coming off of Achilles injury.
Somebody. Wait, hold on. You was giving him all this credit, or that he's back after the Achilles injury. So what's the
Yeah,
problem?
yeah, because guys who have Achilles don't perform like that anymore. Like he did last year.
Hmm.
All right, so like there's no like you're talking about Kevin Durant like he's some type of bum.
How am
You're
I
talking
doing
you're
that?
you're talking about him like he's a role player.
I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm just
Yeah,
saying
you
that
are.
I'm just saying he's not the best player in the league. That's all I'm saying.
No. Saying, oh, he's one dimensional. Like, when the fuck has Kevin Durant ever been one dimensional?
So,
You
so
you you know you think a guy who averages 28 points a game for his career is one dimensional?
show me or tell me when has he done anything else outstanding that was elite besides score?
Are you fucking serious? You don't need to be elite in every category to be a great player.
You're not answering the question.
Did you hear what I just said? You don't have to be elite in every area to be a great player.
Hold
You
on.
don't. What
So
you
wait,
know, what you need to do,
is James
what
Harden
you need to
elite?
do.
Is James Harden elite? In his
Like,
offense?
dude, when I hated when in his prime, when I hated his game, I said he was elite. When you do it, when you can perform to the point where you make your team better and you're the main guy, yeah, you're elite. Like, and yeah, the dude played no defense, but even I called him elite.
Nah, I don't know. I don't ever remember you calling that. But if you did, I'll give you credit for it. But I don't think you did. But if you did, fine. But you always hated James Harden's game, and
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
I don't
and I still thought he was an elite player.
I don't ever recall you calling him an elite player
Why would I
because
not call him elite?
because you said
He
all
won
he
he
does.
won MVP.
He said he does is offense, which I told you he does good with his offense. He does good with his shooting. He does good with facilitating. That's being diverse. That's doing other things besides just scoring the basketball. Katie doesn't do that.
Okay. You have any other you have any other stuff that you want to talk about?
Yes, I do. I want to talk about this.
Wait. We're not done with the playoffs. Playoff related. My bad.
Yeah,
Playoff
yeah,
related.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Um, here's. Hold on, crap. Hold on. I I put this on Twitter, and I really, really, really wanted to show this because I thought this was just an outstanding play. You probably know what I'm talking about because I don't know if you saw it. Do you remember this play?
Why don't you put it off the window?
Let me just put the did you see that?
Yeah, yeah, the window play. Yeah.
No, when see dude, I don't know what happened, but I just remember recording the TV, and I just said to myself, "Oh my goodness, oh my goodness!" Like when I tell you how this dude could beat you in different ways, he could beat you in different ways. And this is once again, I'm trying to tell you and all these KD fans out there, and I'm going to say it in this podcast, right? This goes to show you that Giannis continues to get better and better and better, despite the fact that he's not as good of a shooter as KD or James Harden or Steph Curry, but yet he continues to dominate the league anyway. He
All right.
continues to dominate the league anyway,
Are
and
you are you are you looking are you looking at my screen right now?
he continue. No, I'm still looking at the play, but if you want me to watch your screen, let me watch. Let me
Look
see.
at the screen.
Let me get out of here. Thank you for disrupting my flow, but let me get out of
I
here.
don't care. I don't care about your flow because we're gonna nip this in the bud right now. All right, you look at what are you looking at right now?
Let me zoom in real quick. Zoom in. All right. What am I supposed to be looking at?
You look at the screen.
I'm looking at the screen.
Look at the screen. What are you looking at?
Um, you're looking at okay. Why are we talking about Kevin Durant?
No, 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 no,
He's
no,
not
no,
in playoffs right now.
no. We can,
He's
no,
he's not, he's not in playoffs right now. No, 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 no. He's not in the playoffs right
we're
now.
going to nip this. We're going to nip this in the
He's
bud right now. We're
he's
going to
not
nip.
in the
We're
playoffs.
not. We're not. We're going
I
to nip.
want
We're
I
going to nip this in the bud right now.
listen,
Okay.
listen, listen, listen.
We're
I
going
want to
to
talk
nip
about
this in the
guys.
bud right now.
I want to
We're
talk about guys who are in
we're
the playoffs.
we're going to nip this in the bud right now.
I don't want to talk about guys who's watching the playoffs.
All right,
Like that,
wait,
like
wait.
how we are doing.
You
Like
said
how we are doing.
you suggested talking about Damian Lillard, right? He's not in the playoffs right now. You suggested talking about Dwayne Wade, who's retired for it. So don't give me this. Oh, I want to talk about guys in the playoff right now. Spare me the BS, right?
No, it's
We're
true.
we're going to look at his stats right now. Okay,
Yeah, a guy who's not playing. The topics, the other topics that you're talking about is not about score related.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It's not about stats.
We are
It's
talking
not
about
about
this right.
stats.
We're talking about this right now. We're talking about this right now. Okay. Now you said that his defense is not elite, or you say it's overrated, right? Now when you look at you mentioned, oh, he should average more than a block a game. One,
I
two,
said that.
three, four. Yeah, you did.
I didn't.
When
I
yeah,
didn't.
you did. Yeah, you did. You did.
Listen, I don't. I don't
Last
think
week,
I said that.
last week, because he's tall, he should be averaging a block a game, right? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of how many years is this? So I'm gonna see how many count. Let me count how many years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years, right? 14 years playing. And remember, he had 1 year where he didn't play because of the Achilles, right?
Mm-hmm.
He averages more than I think 7 of those years he averages more than a block a game, right? When it comes to steals, every year except for the last couple, right? He averages more than a steal a game, right?
You
And
impressive. You anybody could get a steal, like you said.
that's
Anybody could get a steal.
that's true. That's true. That's true, right? And assists per game, he has climbed up every year since he's been in the league,
Are you
right?
serious?
Yeah, every year since he's been in the league. In fact, this year was his highest assist total as far as average. And the reason why he didn't average as many assists early in his career because he had Russell Westbrook on his team.
When did he go to? When he went to me, when he went to Golden State, anybody could easily go and assist with that team.
That's fine, but in Brooklyn,
Anybody could go and assist with that team, right? Because look, he
is when
went
he had his
to
highest assist total.
he went to no and Golden State he had 7 point. Oh, hold on, where am I? I'm looking at the wrong thing.
Yeah, you're looking at the wrong thing. You're looking at rebounds, and we're gonna get to that too.
Let me see. Assist is okay. 4.8, 5.4, and 5.9. Yeah. So 5.9. Yeah, that's a decent amount. Then he
And
had
he had 6.4.
5.6.
Yeah, and it's 6.4 in his last year.
Yeah, so he had like one rebound. I mean, one assist extra. Okay, that's fine.
Rebounds, right? Every year, like he had 7.6. He averaged 8, 7, 7, 6, 8, 8, 6, 6, 7, 7. For a man in his career, right? Averages 27 points a game, right? 27 points a game. Averages a block shot a game. Averages a steal a game. 4.3
Which is
assists.
not impressive, but continue.
7.1 rebounds a game, right? For his career. You know how many guys will take that for a career?
Not if the person is 7 foot tall. No.
He don't play like a 7 footer. He don't.
Okay.
He don't play like a 7 footer. We know this. He's a perimeter player. And perimeter players, these numbers are hard to do.
Okay, but as I always said to you, and I don't want to go back to this, argument before, but this was just the point I wanted to prove, and I'll prove it again. This is the reason why people went hard on Dirk Nowitzki when he was rebounding, when he was being versatile. I don't understand why we can't do the same thing for Kevin Durant. I don't know why. I don't know why you're being so defensive and trying to protect this guy as if what I'm saying is not true. If you are 7 foot tall, you should, in my opinion, you should definitely be getting.
You want to know why? You want to know why I'm going hard at you for it? Because none of this was an issue for you before this year, before this playoffs. You ain't never said none of this bullshit until now.
Yeah, no, I've been saying that since he went to Golden State. What are you talking about?
No. You criticize him for going to Golden State. That's not
Yeah.
that's not the thing. Like,
And I didn't care. And I didn't care about his stats either when he went to Golden State
that's
because
fine.
anybody could have easily gotten those stats
Oh, really?
in Golden State. Yes,
Really? Where?
yes.
Okay.
Because
Where's Harrison Barnes now?
for me,
Where is Harrison Barnes?
I don't know.
Of course you don't know. Of course you don't fucking know. Because you want to know why? Because he's not Kevin Durant. That's why. He's the guy that they replaced after they lost to Cleveland. Right? Oh,
That team,
everybody can do what KD did. No, they fucking can't.
anybody could have easily won those championships. Okay, anybody
Like
could have
who?
won those
Like who?
championships.
Like
Anybody,
who?
anybody.
Who?
Like I mean, you criticizing Barnes, but you make the mistake that he actually won before Kevin Durant got there.
Okay, they didn't win when he was there. Before he was the last year they were there.
No. They already won already. They already
They
won.
didn't win. The last year he didn't win. They didn't win.
They already
He did
won.
nothing in that series. He did nothing in that series.
But they won. That's the point.
And
Does he have a chip? Yes or no?
Huh?
Does he have a chip? Yes or no?
Yes, he does.
Thank you.
And what's he done since?
Thank you.
What's he done since? What's he done since? You don't even know what team he plays on.
Probably not.
No, I don't fucking know what team he plays on. He's a guy, so they upgraded. But regardless of that, Kevin Durant had one bad series. Now I don't know if this is going to be the beginning of.
Wait, hold on. What about the series after he went 3-1 against the Golden State? That's a bad series for me.
I mean, what's his numbers?
You don't think that? You don't wait. Hold on. For why do we have to look at his numbers when you yourself said that he choked on that series?
I didn't say nothing about choking. I didn't say nothing about him choking. I didn't say nothing about them choking.
So he didn't choke.
I don't remember the series, but like they were 3-1 up against one of the greatest teams that we saw. I think they were the number one seed. The number one seed.
Yeah, Golden State was number one.
Yeah, they were 3-1. They probably should have beaten them, but they didn't.
Yeah. They should have won. They should have won.
I'm not blaming Kevin Durant for that.
You don't blame anybody.
No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't.
Well, I do. I blame him and I blame Russell Westbrook for losing that. They should have.
I mean, and that's the first time you've ever said that.
I blame.
And that's
the
first
both.
time you've ever said that.
No, that's not true.
That's the first time you ever said that.
I blame both of them. They should have done the exact same thing what they did by going up 3-1 in the first place, and they didn't do that. Yeah, and besides, no, knowing that they were that close of beating Golden State, you would think that they would probably try at least one more time. But no, Kevin Durant wanted to ruin the league and go to Golden State, and that's why his stats were so high.
No, his stats were so high because he's that great of a player. And all you're doing is just showing that you're just hating on him because you don't like him, which is fine. Just admit that all this is.
No,
Just admit that
no,
this is all this is.
I dislike when he went to Golden State, and I
That's
haven't
fine,
been
and you held it against him ever since.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, then let's move. Let's move on.
No, I'm not moving on because I want to finish what I had to say before you interrupted me.
What were you gonna say?
Can I go back to my play, please?
Hey, look, first of all, I'm not putting that play up because I don't want to get copyrighted.
No, not that one. Not that one. And I don't think you'll get copyrighted.
We got copyrighted last week. And that was my fault.
Wait, that was your fault?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I put content on there that wasn't supposed to be up.
So, all right. I'll look at it later after the podcast. Okay. Can you see this?
I see it, but I'm not putting it up because I don't want to get copyrighted. Again, I don't want to get copyrighted.
All right.
Fine. I know what I can see it, but I'm not putting it up there because I don't want to get copyrighted.
When you say put it up, you mean like for everybody else to see?
No, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, if no one else could see it, then there's really no point. But pretty much,
you have a Twitter account. Shout out your Twitter account. He has a Twitter account. Follow him, please.
Yeah, my Twitter account is Stephen Rain. So STEVEN capital RAIN 85. So pretty much what I'm showing is this a highlight of Giannis taking it to the basket, Giannis passing the ball, getting assists, Giannis blocking shots, Giannis being physical, on defense. Like he basically gave you everything in that first game. Everything that you could, possibly ask for from one guy. And once again, this proves that you don't have to be a great shooter like Steph Curry or Kevin Durant to be the best player in the league. See, that's the issue that I always had with you and idiots like Stephen A. and Skip Bayless that talks about, Kevin Durant being the best player. If you are a guy that could dominate the league like Giannis has, or like Steph Curry has, or like Shaquille O'Neal has, you don't have to be, this outstanding, this and that to be the best player in the league. You don't. Steph Curry proved that he doesn't have to be this physical specimen to be the best player in the league. Kawhi Leonard also proved that he doesn't have to be, a big man to be the best player in the league. And Giannis proved that he doesn't have to be a shooter like Kevin Durant to be the best player in the league. He could be the best player in the league by dominating his own way. But unfortunately, we have people like you that say, "Oh well, he's not as good as a shooter as Kevin Durant. Therefore, he's disqualified to being the best player." That's the problem.
I never fucking said that. First of all, and two, this is coming from a guy who thought that James Harden was better than him. So I don't want to hear nothing from you.
What I said was
go
that
ahead, lie to the people.
Was his offense? I don't remember saying that he was better than Giannis. I don't.
We always had arguments over who was the better player. We always had those arguments. You had this, and the thing you do this with other players too. If they can put the ball in the basket, you think they're worth something.
No, that's you. You do that with KD all the time.
Yeah, because he could do other stuff. But you're so fascinated with there was one player who was the player that you were so fascinated with when it came to him. Like we can even point to,
are you talking about Steve Nash?
No. We can point to last week with Enes Kanter. You're talking about how he's being blackballed from the league, and Jeremy Lin talking about he got blackballed from the league. No, those guys aren't good. Because they had one shining moment that you remember. Oh, these guys should be those guys should be in the league. No, those guys aren't in the league because they stink. They're not good. I look at the totality of how these guys play when it comes to a team concept and whether or not they can help their team win.
If you think double doubles is not good, then I don't know what else to say.
Oh, I mean, dude, Hassan Whiteside got double doubles. He hasn't done jack shit since he left Miami.
Okay,
It's
when
more than that,
has
bro.
is Whiteside getting double doubles now?
He's a bench player.
Is he getting double doubles now?
I don't know. He's a bench player.
Okay, if he's not getting double doubles now, then his game obviously diminished.
If he started, he would be getting double doubles.
If
He
what
would.
I'm s- what yeah, but what I'm saying is if he is not doing giving you the exact same production that he gave when he was in Miami, then of course he needs to be on the bench. Because I don't know how young he is, but I know he's still pretty young, and if he's not
He's
at,
in his 30s, early 30s.
yeah, he should still be in his prime. And if all you could do is be a bench player after getting double doubles, then yeah, then stay on the bench.
Here's the thing.
Stay on the bench.
Here's the thing that you're not understanding, right? Hassan Whiteside was drafted in the second round. He was drafted the same year as DeMarcus Cousins. Everybody knows he has talent. His problem is that he doesn't listen. He's not a good team defender. And in today's NBA, you have to be a good defender, especially if you're a big man. Because you gotta learn how to switch and all the other stuff.
I honestly think his problem is that he's just lazy. He he
That
he
that too. That too.
because he he
That too.
he he reminded me of Andrew Bynum, a guy with all that talent, and he did absolutely nothing with it. Absolutely nothing.
I mean that's
And
I mean that could be the case. That could be the case. But like you
no,
said,
no, 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 don't say that that could be. I mean, you had guys like you said, like Whiteside. You had guys like Andrew Bynum. You had guys like Roy Hibbert. Those guys should at the very least be all stars every single year. The least, and they could do nothing with their talent. That's why some of those guys aren't in the league anymore. All that talent for nothing, all went to waste, and it's a shame because I hate watching people who has the potential to be great, but yet they don't want to utilize their gifts for the greater good, for the league and for themselves. I'm not supporting that garbage. And if the league doesn't want to bring them in anymore, then so be it. Fine. But they prove that they were lazy. Andrew Bynum proved that he didn't care about playing, especially what he did to Doug Collins when he didn't want to go back over there and play. He showed that he didn't care about playing about basketball. He showed he didn't care about playing basketball. He did. So good riddance, for getting rid of Andrew Bynum. Good riddance. And the same thing for Roy Hibbert, averaging 0 points and 0 rebounds in the playoff game. That was unacceptable to me. I don't know if you remember it.
I remember to me I never thought he was that good anyway. I never thought he was
He was an all-star.
okay. All right, whatever. Like he was a one-time All-Star. Like, come on, seriously. Who gives a shit? He was an excellent defensive player, but he was a bad offensive player. He was nothing more than a guy who benefited off of a great defensive team in Indiana. That's all he was. That's all he was.
Hmm.
Right, but even still, like if you put a 7 footer in the paint in today's NBA, they'll average a double double. But that's not how effectiveness is measured. It's not. It's about how good your defense is while you're in there. How well you can play when a team decides to go small. You know what I mean? If a team play, what matters if you can get a double double if they always have a guy on the other end always getting open for a three. Like you don't like none of that shit matters, man. Like that's why I just think that just going by simply like no like just going by strictly like numbers like that is irrelevant. It's completely irrelevant. There's more reasons why certain guys are in the league. So okay, so yeah, so we've been completely derailed. All right, so right now Phoenix and Dallas are playing right now. Phoenix is up by 12.
Yeah. Who,
Um,
who who do you think is winning this game?
I think Phoenix is winning the series. I think talent wise, I think Phoenix is better. And I just think that truth be told, dude, all I want to see, I just want to see Phoenix and Golden State in the finals,
In the finals?
In the
Oh,
Western
okay,
Conference
okay.
Finals.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
I'm just being real. I think That's what I wanted to see. Phoenix and Golden State in the finals, in the Western Conference Finals.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think winning this series? I don't, because I think Dallas will give them a series. I think I think it'll go 6, but I think Phoenix is better.
I think it's gonna go to 6 games also, and I think it's going to be very close. I think it's going to be very close, but I think Phoenix is in 6. Phoenix in 6.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Oh,
Phoenix in
and
6.
I do want to say the shout out to Chris Paul. He had a 14 for 14 game in the closeout series against New Orleans. That was impressive. That was an all time
That
great.
was such a very good game.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness! And once again, I don't want to go off topic, but once again, this is why I told you that they should have put Zion in a lineup, or at the very least with 20 minutes or or so per game. But you saw what happened. Like that team competed, and you said that they were going to get destroyed in the beginning of the series.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you were wrong.
Yeah, I was wrong.
They competed every step of the way. They competed.
Hmm.
They competed, and I honestly believe that if they put Zion in the game, they would have probably gone to 7 games.
I he's not making up that difference. He's not making up that difference. My stance is still the same. Give him a full off season to get right, and then I expect New Orleans to be really good next year. They should be
Oh,
a top 4 seed.
absolutely. Yes,
They should be a top 4 seed.
yes,
So,
yes. And seeing how we seeing all these different teams, improving,
mhm.
bro, dude, I am definitely looking forward, to for next year, because obviously, we're gonna have, because remember, we're gonna have Kawhi back, we're going to have Zion back,
Mhm.
and we don't know how good Minnesota's going to be, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be the ones that's going to miss the playoff next year if they don't get better in the offseason.
I
They
think I
Go ahead.
think they go as Minnesota goes as far as they go as far as where Anthony Edwards takes them.
Anthony Towns.
No, not Towns. No, I'm talking Anthony Edwards.
Oh, okay. Oh, Edward. Edward, Edward,
Yeah,
Edward,
yeah, yeah.
I was
Towns is still gonna be. I think he's still gonna be a very good player, but they'll go as far as Towns as Anthony takes them.
yeah, yeah.
So speaking of that, let's go down to the final series down there. Actually, hold on a second. Let me mention this from Joshua. He said that James Harden is semi elite. His defense kind of sucks now due to him losing confidence on defense. Well, let me tell you something. You can't lose what you never had. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can't lose confidence in defense when you never play defense. Okay? Like I'm just being real.
First off, I think his defense improved over the years. I just think the problem is that I think the problem is that if his offense, isn't good, he's not going to play well anywhere else. So I do believe that what you're saying, Joshua, is true. That he's just losing, confidence. But I think it's because of how bad his offense has been. And I've always tried to tell Hoovy 186 that his defense, especially in the post, is very, very, very good, very good. So
Okay. Anyways, someone complimented you saying that you look cute. So do with that as
dogs,
you will.
who's
Yeah.
how do you know that's not you?
I'm not. I'm not on the. You have the video camera.
That's true. You know what? That's true. Dogs. Who is that? Dogs.
Ethan.
Um,
Ethan said. Shout out to you, Ethan. Thank you for being on the show. I may be wrong, but the Celtics wasn't guarding Giannis as rough as they were guarding KD. No, they were. The
they
problem
were.
is that they were,
Yeah,
but here's the problem. The problem is that you can't you can't push it out. You can't push around Giannis. You
exactly.
can't. You can't. Like they're very different players. You can't guard Giannis the same way you guard KD. You just can't. And Joshua said that Harden is actually a great defender. I mean, probably in 2K, maybe not in real life.
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So, dogs, if you could reveal yourself, please, that would be really great. I really want to know who you are. And Ethan, Thanks for. Oh, and also thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. And Ethan, here's the thing about KD and Giannis. I think the reason why you say the Celtics, because you said but the Celtics wasn't guarding Giannis. I said in the last podcast, so I think it was the podcast before, that KD needs to go to the weight room and gain muscle, because otherwise he's just going to continue to get pushed around by everybody else. He got pushed around by everybody, and the problem is, I honestly believe that if he doesn't go to the weight room and gain muscle like how Giannis did, like how Kobe Bryant did, like how MJ did, like how Dirk Nowitzki did, people are going to continue to push him around, and you saw that it affected his offense. Just be physical with the guy, and he really couldn't do anything except for one game, which was the fourth game. He couldn't do anything. You can't do that with Giannis. Giannis is a beast. That's why they call him the Greek Freak. And actually, I think that's a really cool nickname. They call him a Greek Freak for a reason. He wanted to gain muscle so he could be better at defense, so he could be physical, and handle the physicality against his opponents. So I think what you saw was just the difference of physicality between Giannis and KD. That's what I think what happened. And Joshua, like I said before, I think he's a very great post defender. He showed that he could guard the best players in the post, including Giannis. He did that before. And Ethan, having to answer the question, who do you think is the MVP?
I say Joel Embiid.
I'm going to say, hmm. I want to say Giannis. I really want to say Giannis,
No, you should say Giannis.
but Giannis or Joel? Joel Embiid is a very good pick. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that's a very good pick. Um, I'm gonna go with Giannis. I'm gonna go with Giannis.
Okay. All right. All right. So the last series we're gonna talk about, and then that will pivot into our next topic. Golden State and Memphis. They had their game yesterday. It was a great game. 1 point win for Golden State. I mean, I guess we could talk about that foul. Like, that flagrant foul on Draymond. Such garbage. It really highlights how soft the NBA has gotten. Really when it comes to stuff like that. Like it just I dude, honestly I didn't if it's a foul it was barely a foul in my opinion, not let alone a flagrant too.
Mm-hmm.
It's garbage, complete garbage. But what are your thoughts on it?
I actually have the small footage. Can I show it?
Look, as long as it doesn't have NBC ESPN on it, then I think we could. If it
No,
does, then don't bother.
I don't think it does.
All right.
All right, so yeah, all right. Let me show this real quick, and I really want your opinion. Well, you kind of gave your opinion, but I want everybody else's opinion. Now, all right, here it is. I'm not gonna do a full screen because
All
I
right,
really
okay.
want
It has ESPN on it, bro. Like, come on,
where
man.
where.
Hello, I can see it right here. They had the thing down here. Like, I can't show it,
Oh,
bro.
you,
I
you
can.
mean you mean you mean this at the top?
Yeah.
The final decision
Oh
goes
crap! Or how about now?
All right, leave it to that. Leave it to that.
Okay,
We're gonna copyright it again. I guarantee you.
I don't think so, but let's see. Can all right.
I see it. I see it. Let's just. That's not a flagrant foul.
Uh,
It's not a flagrant foul, man. Like, it's not.
y- uh yeah, like okay. Let me see. Look what he. Okay, so he hits him. Yeah, that doesn't look like a flagrant two to me. It does
It's
not.
not. It's not even flagrant one.
And what Draymond did here, I think he was acting like a buffoon. I don't.
That's just who he is. That's just who he
Yeah,
is.
he's acting like a buffoon. Like cut it out. Like you basically got kicked out on a playoff game. This is not the regular season. This is not the preseason. This is a regular game, playoff game, and you want to act like a buffoon.
I mean, he should never have gotten kicked off in the first place. That's not a foul. Like, it's barely a foul.
Yeah,
It's not a flagrant two. Like, come on.
well, they did say that he hit him across the face.
Oh
There
my.
was there was another angle. I wish I could get it, but there was another angle where he actually did make contact, with them in the face or in the head, I guess.
Okay,
And him pulling down the jersey, it seemed like he was trying to prevent him from falling.
yeah.
This league has gotten so freaking soft, man. Like this is what I hate about the NBA now. Like, dude, get up, bro. Like seriously. Like,
And honestly, it's
what,
not.
what is this dude doing on the ground? Like, get your ass up, man. Like, you're a grown man playing a physical game. This is the playoffs, and you want to lay on the ground like
Oh, come on,
like
you
the
know
guy.
what what he's doing. He's trying to play it up. That's it. That's all they're doing. They're trying to play it up.
And that's the freaking culture that LeBron James had brought into the league. But let's continue on. Let's
All right,
continue.
so you're going to lie and then move on.
I'm not lying about anything. I'm not lying about anything. This is the culture that we have now.
Okay, but who brought that into the league? Because I can tell you, no, it's not LeBron James. This has been going on forever. This has been going on for this dude. This has been going on since the '80s. As far back as the '80s, probably even further back.
Yeah, he pulls the jersey. Now, do I think pulling the jersey, was unnecessary? Yes, but again, that doesn't mean this was a flagrant foul.
It's not even a foul. It's not even a foul. Like all this is just referees just okay. And you know the funny thing is when they looked at the replay, right? They know they got it wrong. But they're like, oh well, if we go by the letter of the law, then we can say face. That's what happened here. All because he touched his face. Like it wasn't a flagrant foul. It's not even close.
Okay. Do you? But you said that you don't think it was even a foul. Why do you think it wasn't even a foul?
Oh, come on, he really
I mean, pulling a jersey, that's a foul, dude. That's a foul. Just at least.
Okay, it's not a flagrant two. It's not a flagrant two, and he didn't do it on purpose. Clearly, he didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Right. Let's get out of here. All right. Yeah, I really. He's not going to get suspended, is he?
He shouldn't. In fact, that flagrant two should be rescinded.
I think you're right.
It should be rescinded, but he's not. But we'll see. We'll see. Well, regardless of all that, it was still a great game. Listen, I think Golden State's gonna win the series. I just think they have more than Memphis. Even though they play well. Oh crap! Oh.
That the way he's walking right now, that doesn't look good.
No. I think he's fine. But I mean, he took a spill.
Oh man, I wish. I don't know if you guys are watching the game, but ooh, ew, wow.
Yeah, he pretty much just lost balance.
Yeah, he. Oh man, and
could have been a lot worse.
All right, so in case anyone is not watching the Golden State and not Golden State, Phoenix and Dallas game, that is hard to watch. But see, this is kind of the reasons why I really hated when refs gives players a technical foul for hanging on the rim for too long. Mm-hmm. I really believe that you should be allowed to hang on even for a long period of time so you could regain your balance and not have the momentum.
I think some referees realize the difference. I think some referees realize the difference.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
okay.
Yeah, I think they realize the difference. But so who do you think is gonna win the series though?
Yeah, I think Phoenix is going to win in 6 games.
6 games, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a lot.
No, I'm talking about Golden State and Memphis.
I think Golden State is going to win in 5.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they're going to win in 5.
Okay.
The way how they were able to win without Draymond. Well, no. I think in 6. I think Golden State is going to win in 6. But but yo, let me tell you, my goodness, dude, Grizzlies, they have a squad.
Yeah,
They,
yeah, they do, they do, they do. They don't. They definitely have good play. I don't know. I don't think they have enough to beat Golden State.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I just
I
don't
think
think they
you're
have
right.
enough to beat Golden State. But they definitely have a very good team on their hands. But
Do you think they're a championship team,
no,
or you don't
no,
think so?
no. They need, in order for that team to be a championship team, they need another superstar.
Oh, not a superstar.
Hmm. And Memphis is not a free agent destination. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean, they have guys, great guys. Like Jackson, like Bain, Clark. Like they have decent players.
they have a very good team, but they're not championship contenders unless they get a guy next to Morant, or whatever improvement that they can get is gonna be has to come from within. Morant, expands his game. Jared Jackson gets better. Bain gets better. Like that's the only way. That's really the only way they can. It's really the only way they'll get better. Even then, I don't know because it's like I said. They need a second superstar.
Now, what do you can let me show this real quick. What do you think about that last game winner? Like, how do you feel about it?
You're trying to get a copyright, aren't you?
No, no, because this is me recording. I didn't record the logo or anything.
Yeah, he had. I don't know how he overshot the layup.
Like, to me, I thought this was very good. Can you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, I thought this was a very good drawn play. By their coach. He just happened to just.
Put it on mute.
Comes off a screen.
Oh my goodness!
Bain to Clark.
What the hell? Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I do it at full speed. I thought this was going in. I thought this was clearly going in.
yeah,
But
yeah. He just overshot it.
yeah, yeah. I think this play was really, bro. But even though he missed it, dude,
Hmm.
this dude is special.
Yeah, he is.
Bro, my goodness, this dude is special. And like I told you, like I told you, yeah, yes, he lost the game, but yo, that dude is outshining Zion by miles, miles.
And only you care about that.
Of course I do, because I like guys who are actually playing, and not guys who's just eating ice cream and chocolate chip cookies all day. That's what I care about. I don't embrace laziness like you do.
I don't embrace. I know. I don't embrace laziness. I don't embrace laziness. What I do is I try not to be. I try to be objective, and I know you're not. So, and Joshua said that Joel and fraud is not the MVP. So,
Wait, Joshua. Why is he why is he a fraud? why, why is he a fraud? But I think the reason why Hoovy thinks he was MVP is only because of the fact I'm assuming it's because that he had obviously a good season, and but I'm actually surprised you picked him over all the guys in Miami.
I mean, Joel like Butler missed time. Like no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be realistic. Like like he's been, in my opinion, he's been the best player this year.
Okay.
And considering everything that's happened, and I don't have the game. I don't have the game on right now, but I don't have the game volume up,
Mm-hmm.
but I to me I think Doncic might be a little bit hobbled. I mean, he's out there, but yeah, he looked hobbled. Oh well.
Mm, oh well, yeah, whatever.
Anyway, okay, so the next topic, you have this topic, but I do want to say that well, he Joshua said that nigga Joel stinks. Um,
Oh man, you're taking shots at Joel Embiid like big
yeah.
time.
All right, so
Okay.
the next topic is Damian Lillard. The main jumping off point is, I guess, apparently something that he saw in the Minnesota Timberwolves Grizzlies series that he didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
You have the story.
Yeah. It's actually a very interesting story that, and I actually partially agree, for what he said. And I'm telling you, man, when the culture, changes, it to a lot of people, to a lot of old schoolers, and even people who the newbies, a lot of them feel like it compromises the product. So let's see what he actually said. So here in the headlines, can you see it?
Yeah, I'm popping up right now.
Let me know when you see it.
Yeah, yeah, it's up.
Okay. Yeah. When he said basically here, Damian Lillard agrees with NBA about the Grizzlies versus Timberwolves series, showing how basketball has changed. The culture and the psychology of the game has changed a lot. It's sports entertainment now. Well, I mean, I don't kind of. This one is kind of stupid for what he said because it's supposed to entertain you anyway. It's supposed to entertain you. If it's not entertaining, it's not doing its job.
I
But
think I think what he means by that is, I think he means that all it is now is just guys trying to get shine and try to get their, trying to entertain instead of trying to win. I think that's what he means by that.
that they're just trying to entertain you in other ways instead of playing basketball. Is
Instead
that
of
what you
winning,
mean?
I think he believed that the priority for some players is to entertain as opposed to winning.
Okay, okay, okay. I didn't think of it like that. You could be right.
I mean, I could again. I'm just assuming based on what he's saying, because I mean, I don't want to take the nerdy route to this, but the sports entertainment coin, the coin phrase sports entertainment comes from like WWE, because WWE doesn't like being referred to as professional wrestling, so they
Wait,
just
wait. It,
coin.
it it doesn't it doesn't want to be viewed as professional wrestling.
Yes.
Why not?
Um, when you have guys like Vince McMahon, who's a egomaniac, he likes to define. He wants to create his own version of something, even though it's the same thing. He wants to create his something in his own image. That's why he created sports entertainment.
Okay, okay,
When
okay.
we all know it's fucking wrestling at the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
So
All right, so the NBA has changed massively in the last 10 years. It's not just the game that's different now. The culture, which I think is the key word here, around it, and the way social media has impacted the players are perceived is also massive.
I
John
agree with
Morant, oh, you agree?
that.
Oh, you do?
That part I agree with.
Oh, wow.
How
Okay.
social media has impacted NBA coverage, absolutely, or
Okay.
sports coverage in general. I agree with that.
hmm Now, John Morant posted memes after closing out the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round series is an excellent example of this. And considering that both teams are led by young stars, the series in its entirety saw a lot of trash talking, from both sides. Let me stop right here real quick.
Hmm.
Talking trash has always been about, or is a byproduct when it comes to competition. And when it comes to competition, competitiveness, you see that across the board, not just in sports. You see this in video games. You see this in when people and what do you call it? People playing cards, board games, or anything that comes with competition. Trash talk is a byproduct of that, and I don't think it's the exception to the rule when it comes to sports. I mean, we know all the old superstars that talked about how they trash talk players, whether if it was MJ or Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, like all these guys who back in the day Charles Barkley would talk trash to your teammates. I mean to their opponents.
Hmm.
I don't necessarily see why talking trash is from both sides compromise really anything, because this when it comes to talking trash, this has been going on for since the beginning of basketball in history. Or do you think I'm wrong when I say
No,
that?
that's 100% true.
Okay. Now the entertainment value when stars do this is quite high. So obviously a lot of these antics have blown up quite a bit on social media. But there is a debate surrounding what it means for basketball and whether this is a good thing for the culture overall. NBA fan Ball Don't Stop shared their thoughts about how this isn't a good look for the league and the sentiment that was echoed by none other than superstar Damian Lillard. Um, so this is pretty much the tweet. Um, maybe it's down here also. Um,
Well, his caption is right there. Like the stuff that he wrote is right there.
oh yeah, here it is. Here it is. Okay, so the culture of psychology of the game has changed a lot. It's sports entertainment now. Damian Lillard must read caption. Um, wait, that's it?
No, no, no. Go up to the picture. What he said is right here.
Oh, right here, right? Okay. Hang on.
No,
Oh crap.
wait. I think what he wrote is on the right.
I really don't want to read all of that.
It's not that long. It's not that long.
All right. Well, let me. I clicked on it, so let's see if everybody could see it. Okay. Love where the game is at now, but I know it's different. A, a few things took place last
Oh,
night.
wait. Okay, hold on. That's my mistake. My mistake. That's the caption from Ball Don't Lie. Ball Don't Stop.
Yeah, you want me to continue reading?
No.
Okay.
If you could look for Damian Lillard's comment, then that'll be fine.
Um, let me see. Is it this one? Oh, well,
Yeah, that's the
I,
same
I,
thing.
yeah, I already read that one already. But all right, yeah, might as well. I might as well just finish. Okay, so Cat and Morant back to back, possessions in the clutch were deep heroic threes. Cat with 17 on the clock were launched. I've said it for years. Analytics has kind of hacked the tendencies of today's players and made them very trigger happy instead of being surgical. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Morant and Brooks dancing on that logo after the Grizzlies grinded out a win over the play in seven team as the second seed in round one. Not a good message to send to veteran Dubs. Um, do you agree with that?
No. Like they're like Minnesota was talking trash to them, and they just returned the favor.
Yeah, but dancing on the logo, you don't think that was a stretch?
Yeah, like Minnesota wouldn't do that. Come on.
Well, speaking of Minnesota, do you think it was a little over the top when they were celebrating that they made it to the playoffs?
Of course.
Okay. Well, I think this is what he was talking about. And if you was watching the TNT show, they actually it was so funny how they were playing the "We Are the Champions" music. I don't know if you
And
saw it.
that's how they were acting.
Dude, that was hilarious. That was so funny. Dude, I love watching that show. I just absolutely love that show. But you know what? They were actually right. What they said was actually legit. It felt like they were actually winning the championship. Like they actually just won the championship by celebrating and crying, taking their shirts off, going on top of the stands and all that stuff, and celebrating like they just won a championship. That was funny. Cat waving goodbye to the crowd after blowing a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter of a series. They choked lead and multiple times and basically gave the game away. You maybe see this if a team lost in the finals on their home floor in a hard fought game from the role players. Still, remembering KG crying on the bench with a towel over his head when they lost in the Lakers in 2004. This doesn't include Pat Bev's tears game coming into when he celebrated how Mike and Kobe did and after their fifth chip. Today's players are so talented and skilled. The game is in great place and more popular than ever. But the clout and money associated with being a pro now at the NBA level has changed the psyche of a lot of guys. You see it you see it daily.
So I think what it was is that this account said it, and I think Damian Lillard was pretty much saying that he agrees, basically.
Yeah, he pretty much agrees. And you agree also.
Do, do I agree with their sentiments about how the game? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do think the game has changed a little bit, but
Hmm.
I also think that that series was a very emotionally charged series between two teams who are obviously young teams who are talking trash to each other.
Yes.
Pretty much, and I don't think I frankly I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And then when it comes to Damian Lillard, like
Hmm.
we're not gonna sit here and pretend that he didn't wave goodbye to Paul George after he shot that three over him when they played OKC. Him and Russell Westbrook were going back and forth, trashing each other in that series.
Oh, you know what? You're right. He was
Yeah,
talking trash with Russell Westbrook and Paul George. Yes.
yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's
Yes.
nothing there's nothing wrong with that.
And
So
then when he made the game winner, he waved goodbye to them.
yes, yes, yes. And to me, there's nothing. I don't have a problem with none of it. I don't have a problem with none of it. This game has always been now. This whole thing about sports entertainment and stuff like that.
Hmm.
This basketball has always been about that. It's always been about that. The only thing now is that you have social media that's become such a big deal, a big thing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I think that and I do think that it has affected it a little bit, but at the same time, like that's how the sport is, man. Like that's how the sport is.
And that's the reason why I brought up all the different kinds of entertainment when it comes to competition. Regarding competition, like you see this in sports, in football, basketball. You see this in and I'm pretty sure you see this in hockey. I'm pretty sure you see this in soccer or whatever. And you see this in video games a lot. Like look at over the years when I would go to your house or you would come over. Ever since high school, we would all talk trash to each other when it comes to playing video games, or when people talk trash, just basically competing in when or whatever. People just it's just human nature because it's a byproduct of competition. That's all it really is. So we have to embrace that because it's just something that just comes along with it by default. And that's just how it is. And that's why I appreciated when in the NFL when they basically let the players, celebrate every time they made a touchdown, it bring more entertainment into the game. Because
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember when they were telling them that they were no longer able to like celebrate
yeah.
over the top. I forgot what year that was. But I think the NFL realizes that, hey, this is part of the game. If they want to celebrate, let them celebrate. As long as there's no taunting involved, let them celebrate. And if they want to do that in the NBA, I don't see no problem with it. Now,
And to me, I think the taunting thing is dumb too. The taunting penalty is dumb too.
you think taunting is dumb?
Yeah,
Well, they
taunting
get it.
penalties. Taunting penalties are dumb.
But mind you, they do give you a technical foul if you taunt in the NBA.
Yeah, that's true. But you get a technical when it comes to a technical, it ain't nothing. Like when it comes to the NFL, it's a 15-yard penalty. That's bullshit. It's
So you
bullshit.
so you think taunting should be allowed?
Yeah, like who gives a shit? Who cares?
Hmm. I don't
Unless,
know.
unless it's something like egregious, like if unless it's something that's really egregious. If you stick your middle finger out to somebody, then yeah, that should be a penalty.
Hmm.
If you celebrate hurting somebody, that's a penalty. But
Oh,
anything else is like it's not. It's nothing. It's like it's a game. Like let the guys have fun.
well, you know what? If you are going to allow trash talk, then I think taunting is also part of that. a part of trash talking too.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think now you just changed my mind. You just changed my mind. I think you're right. I think you're right. Taunting should be allowed, and that also goes for the NBA as well.
Yeah, it
And
does.
dude, they were so even a lot of the taunting that they did was so iconic. Like people still remember the Mutombo whenever he would block a shot, how he would wave
Hmm.
his finger.
Yeah.
Like
There's nothing wrong with that. Now you can't even do that in the NBA now because you get a technical.
yes,
So
yes,
stupid.
yeah, yeah.
So stupid.
So I agree with you. I agree with you. Now this one last bit here. I'm just gonna read this one
Mhm.
last bit since we're here. Um, so let me see. The fan pointed out postseason in a game where instead of selecting high value shots, stars on both teams like Ja Cat elected to launch deep threes instead of something that could be described as hero ball. Now, I think I partially agree with that. I think there's been a little too much of hero ball
Oh, come
instead of
on.
uh, no,
Come
no, no.
on.
I think there's too much of that.
Yeah, bro. Like every player, every great player in the history of the NBA has done a level of hero ball. Isolation, one on one, like that's been going on for years.
Hmm.
The only difference now is that now instead of shooting a mid range jumper, which is an inefficient shot by the way, now they're just shooting deep threes.
Shooting deep threes is more of an inefficient
As far
shot.
as far as I'm concerned, as long as the ball goes in, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with it.
No, 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 no. I think only certain players are qualified to do that. Steph Curry to me, pretty much is the only one who's qualified to shoot from logos. Only he's allowed to do that.
I'm not really talking about logo. I'm talking about from far away, deep threes. And to me, if you're the best player on the team, you should be able. You're allowed to do it.
Okay, but you can agree that before Steph Curry has done it, shots like that has always been very unacceptable. You be going to the bench if you ever shot something like that.
Not unless you're the best player.
No, even if you are the best player,
Nope.
yes,
Nope.
that stuff like that has always been unacceptable. I'm not talking about deep threes. I'm talking about from the logo,
All
where
right,
Steph Curry, where Steph Curry.
I'm talking about deep threes. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about logo shots. Like I'm
Yeah,
not talking about that.
I'm talking about logo shots. Steph Curry has revolutionized the game so much, where it's actually now okay to shoot from the logo. When have you ever
No,
seen that?
not everyone should. If I was a team, if I was a coach, not everybody can do that.
Let me see. We seen Steph Curry do it. Trey Young, Damian Leonard.
Yeah, Trey Young should stop doing that. He should stop
Oh,
doing that.
James Harden has done it too.
Yeah, that's fine. Trey Young should stop doing that.
Okay.
He barely makes any. Like and to me like at the end of the day, like as long look, hero ball has always been a part of the NBA. It's just how it is. That's how Jordan made his name. LeBron made his name on it. Larry Bird done it. Like every guy's done it. So I don't think it's not a big deal.
Hmm. Okay. So the way both teams celebrated the postseason triumphs, despite not having made the past second round in the playoffs, didn't sit well with people either. With the fans suggesting that it might be premature considering that the Grizzlies have to face an experienced Warriors team next. Lillard agreed and Lillard's agreement is interesting but not surprising. Dame has shown that he has an old school mentality throughout his time in the league. His loyalty to the Portland Trail Blazers is the biggest example of that. And if he feels the same way as a superstar, then the young players will likely do well to take note of it. Now, I honestly think that remaining old school or having the tradition of staying professional and not celebrating, that also has been part of the NBA also. It has. But I don't personally think that the product itself is being compromised, because as long as it's still entertaining, I think that's what all everybody cares about. Now, what happened with the Timberwolves when they were celebrating and thinking like they won a championship? Do I think they were acting like a bunch of buffoons? Yes. But at the same time, what happened when we watched TNT? They made fun of it. We laughed. We joked about it. We were entertained. We were still entertained by it. So I don't necessarily think that the product itself is being compromised. Just as long as we're still entertained by it, I think everything will be fine. All right, what are your last thoughts?
I don't think this is really a big deal. Um, like I said, every series is different. The NBA the culture of the NBA has always been like this, and it's a microcosm of in the NBA, and in a lot of ways is a microcosm of the African American community, which obviously because the vast majority of players is black. And it's like you're gonna have guys who are gonna make fun of each other from time to time. They're gonna, they got guys who are highly competitive and stuff like that. They're the most visible players, and they're the most visible superstars of all the four sports. Like it's a global game. Like it's dude, it is what it is, man. And if it wasn't for that flair and machismo, then the dream team doesn't is not a thing. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Like and because of that, like that's why the game is so global now. So it's like, bro, like it is what it is, man. Like it's not that big of a deal. I understand the sentiment that those guys are saying, but at the end of the day, like it's a game. Let these guys have their fun.
yeah, agreed. Agreed.
All right, so Joshua said that dancing on the logo was a crazy diss. It is, definitely is. But
Yes,
when
yes.
you're Minnesota, you talking all that trash to them before the series started, you gotta accept it. You gotta eat it. If you're gonna dish it, you gotta take it when it gets brought to you. So
And let's be honest with with this thing with that series. They could have easily won that series. You know how many
yeah,
times that they had the lead, like 12, 13 points, and
yeah,
yet they blew it. Like,
yeah,
come on, man. They
yeah.
could
But but
they should
they're
have won that series.
like I said, they're front runners. When everything's going good, it's great. When it's not, then then that's what you get.
That's
But
exactly what you get.
I think they're like I said earlier. Like when it comes to Minnesota, I think they go as far as Anthony Edwards takes them.
Hmm.
So once he develops and becomes a great player, hopefully Cat will still be good by that time, and I
Yeah.
think they'll be a very good team moving forward.
All right. Now, as we're going to move on, I have a quick question for you.
Hmm.
Why does that in the comment it says overrated podcast? Is that you?
Oh yeah, that's me. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, you wrote that.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Like you, what that was that a link you sent him or something? Like,
No. It's just I'm just posting in the I just post. I don't do that often enough. Like I don't chat with them in the chat.
oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I
So
don't
that,
do that.
I wish I could comment, but I
No,
can't.
you can just go to your YouTube channel, get the podcast, and you could chat.
Oh, okay. You're right. I have to go to the YouTube channel. Okay.
Go to your YouTube channel, then click on the podcast, find the podcast, and then you can chat.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. All
Which is
right.
what
So,
I should have done. I should have done that.
okay.
But, yeah. So I mean, yeah. This topic you want to talk about this as well. Um, you might as well go.
Um, I really don't want to. Oh, man, this I hope it doesn't take too long. But I have one little thing that I have to say about Dwayne Wade. Um, I'm very disappointed in him. Very disappointed. And like I already know this is. I hope this doesn't go for too long because I know you. I'm just waiting for you to defend him because I know that's what you're going to do. You're going to defend him to the T. But I believe that what he is doing is wrong, and I think he needs to stop. He needs to stop. Now, I guarantee what you are going to say is, who are you to tell, what, a father should do, with his kid and all this other stuff. I'm sorry, but I think embracing normalcy is something that every person, man or woman, rich or poor, should do. But just in case you are asking, what am I talking about? I'm going to play a quick audio. Can I show this or no?
Um, I don't know, dude. Like I don't know. I don't know, Steve.
Just tell me. Just tell me.
I don't know.
All
Like
right,
do you have the audio or do you have the video?
I have the video.
All right, then show the video.
Okay, as long as I don't get complaints from you later, that's fine. All right. What's wrong?
No, I'm just looking at a video a picture of. I'm looking at a picture of Russell Westbrook.
Okay. So as y'all can see, this is a YouTube channel, and pretty much what this is about is Dwayne Wade and how he was discussing, the situation with him and his son, who is transitioning into a girl, if you will. So he made headlines because he posted a picture, which is this. I believe it was this one. He posted a picture of Zaya Wade and Zaya's boyfriend, who is transitioning into a female. So a you have his son dating a chick who both are transitioning into the opposite sex, which I think
This reminds me of a South Park episode.
explain.
This is exactly this is exactly what happened. What happened? Okay, there's a character called Mr. Garrison, right? It was always believed that he was gay, right? And instead, FY, play the audio. Don't play the video. Play the audio.
Okay.
This FY. All right. So, all right. So, Mr. Garrison, he was always believed that he was gay, but he always tried to deny it. Then instead of accepting that he was gay, I think he accepted that he was gay, but then he was like, you know what? I'm trapped inside. I'm a man trapped in. Oh, I'm a woman stuck in a man's body. So he decided to transition into a woman, and so that he can have, so that he can have sex with men, right? And then
Yeah.
there was one episode where it's the hating. She decided to hate men, and now he decided to become a lesbian. So so he's a man who was gay, then transitioned into a woman, then then stop dating men to date women as a woman.
Hmm. Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. So you want me to play the audio only?
Yeah, play the audio.
Okay. Let me stop sharing and let me know if you can hear it. Okay.
Yeah.
Growing up in the inner city,
Okay.
Did you hear that?
Perfect.
Oh, you heard it loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
Okay. All right. So let me play this, and I hope you all enjoy.
Chicago, in the hood, you're told that boys do this. Boys play football, boys play basketball, boys play baseball, boys date girls, whatever the case may be. You're
cheese
told
mo.
this is what
Cheese mo.
you do, right? So I'm no different. I'm raised that way. I'm in the locker room. I say all the things that everyone is saying. I'm not sitting up here like I have never done or said anything, right, when it comes against the opposite sex because I was ignorant. I didn't understand.
Right.
When it hit my doorstep at 3 years old, like I said, when me and my wife looked at each other, right? And the reason we looked at each other is because of this, as kids, I used to put on heels. I used to do all those things. I try to put on whatever my sisters wear. When one of my sisters did, I try to do those things. So at first I said to myself, oh no, I did that. So I ain't just doing the things that I did.
All right. I want to stop here real quick because he said something that actually gave me flashbacks. Right. I remember I gave you the story of, and this is going to probably shock a couple of people who are on this chat, like my nephew. But when I was, 7 years old, 6, 5 years old, I used to, whenever my mom, would go to work, I used to, take her shoes and I would put her shoes on. I would take her shoes, I would take her high heels, and try to basically walk and talk like a chick, like a little girl, right? Now, I thought that there was absolutely nothing wrong with that because I completely enjoy doing it. I thought it was just being normal, just playing around because I didn't know any better. But once they found out what I was doing, they gave me discipline, they gave me correction, and was telling me that this is not what boys supposed to act like. This is not what boys supposed to be doing. Boys don't wear dresses. Boys don't wear high heels. Boys don't wear wigs. Don't boys don't wear makeup. Those things are exclusively for women and women only. That's what they was teaching me as a kid. They was letting me know that what I was doing and my behavior was unacceptable because it embraced more of femininity than masculinity, right? And for Wade to say that this is something that even he did as a kid, what did he do? He said he was wearing heels. But even he knew, in my opinion, even he knew that there was something wrong with that. That there was something wrong with that. And I believe, in my opinion, when he saw that his son was making a transition, he should have nipped it in the butt right then and there. The same way how my parents, gave me correction, he should have done the exact same thing. Now, before I continue, is there anything you have to say?
Nope.
Okay.
And then they kept going further and further. And then me and my wife had to look at each other and say, well, what if? And at that moment, everything that I was taught went out the window because now I'm a parent. And my sole job and my sole responsibility is to make sure that this kid grow up knowing that it's supported and is loved by his father and the other parent, right? That's my only job. And so when it came down to Zaya, at 3 years old, I looked at it and said, okay, D, I looked in the mirror. And now, not only did I look in the mirror, when I went in the locker room, I started changing the way I talk. I started changing how I listen to things. And I started challenging people in a different way. Once I started to ask questions to my white friends, because I've never been, God, I've never been, at that time, I've never been, no one is in the NBA or play basketball has never been openly gay.
Right.
I've never had a conversation with
even in
anybody
our
that
locker
was
room.
openly in our locker room. So I was ignorant when it come to this space. So when my child came home at 8 years old, we were living in Chicago at the time after I left Miami, which we talked about. My child came home, and the reason my child didn't come home, it was an assignment that was done at school. An assignment at school would say, tell me about yourself. And this was the time where Zaya took the time to say, I'm black, I'm this, and I'm gay. At the time, Zaya said, I am gay. So the teacher called
At 8
home.
years old.
At 8 years old, the teacher called home and said, hey, I just want you guys to know we post these all over the school, but we didn't want to post this if you guys didn't blah, 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 right? So we sat down with the teacher and talked about the teacher at that time was a gay female.
Okay. Now this pretty much explains everything, in my opinion. And I already know that you're going to disagree with me. But I think this explains everything. So the teacher was gay. And I honestly believe that part of the reason, I said part of the reason, not in full, but I think part of the reason that why Dwayne Wade's son became gay or made the transition, this yada 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 yada. I think the teacher being gay influenced his son of being gay. That's what I think. And this is why I don't want to change subjects, but this is why I am very happy and thankful that our governor signed a legislation that this type of discussion is not allowed from kindergarten, I believe, to third or fourth grade. It's not allowed. Now, let me get back to Wade before you go crazy on me talking about politics. I think that the teacher being gay triggered Zaya, whatever her name is. Okay. And I think that's why she decided to become a homosexual, if you will. Because I believe the influence of the teacher gave her that push that she needed to say that she was gay openly and freely, which I think is wrong. Why? Because I believe in society And throughout all history, and even now, we're supposed to embrace normacy. That's what we're supposed to be embracing. Normacy. We're supposed to go a line of what God told us to do, how we are designed, how what nature tells us, how what science tells us. To go in line with nature. Okay? And that is what we're supposed to be teaching our kids. To go with nature. To go by what God told us, what God tells us. Not by what you think. No. No, no, no. You go by what reality is and be objective and go by truth, not confusion. Right now, his child is being confused. The same way how I was being confused when I was saying to myself, "Oh, I want to, wear, my mom dresses. I want to have a purse. I want to, put on makeup, do all of these things when I was a kid." And it's unacceptable because that's not what boys do. Kids should not be thinking about transitioning into anything. They should not. And I'm going to give you, one, small, tiny little example. I was listening to this radio show, right? In this radio show, it was a Christian radio show. And basically, we had a mother and a father and a son who, a completely normal child. And the son one day said to his mom and his dad, "Hey, I'm a dog. I'm a dog." He starts barking. He starts going on his, knees, eating food like a dog, panting like a dog, all this other stuff. They allowed him to do it. Hey, he's a kid. He just wants to play around. He wants to act like a dog, for a little while. Let him act like a dog. Now, in dinner time, the mom was making food, all this other stuff. So it was time to have dinner. And obviously, the father said, "Okay, everybody, it's time to go eat." And the son basically said, "I'm not going to eat at the dinner table because I am a dog." He starts barking, starts running around, yada, yada, yada. And what did the dad do? The dad got firm. The dad took the child and say, "Listen, you had your fun, you had your time. You're not a dog. Don't insult yourself. Don't insult me. Don't insult this family. You're not a dog. You are a boy. A human boy created by in God's image. So don't degrade yourself or insult yourself or confuse yourself and create this and be deceiving that you are a dog because you are not. Now you sit down, stop acting like a dog, come at the dinner table and you will eat with us like human beings. That's what you're going to do." You see, that's giving correction.
Can I address that? Can I address that?
No. I'm going to finish. That's giving.
What you've been talking for 10 minutes. Let me
Yeah,
address
yeah,
that, and
and
then I'll let you finish. Let me address that first.
I asked you.
Let me address that, and then I'll let you finish.
I
Let
just
me
have
address
one
that.
more sentence to put down.
Let me address that, and then I'll let you finish. Right? Because you're gonna give this father credit for correction. You should. They should have. He should have corrected him from the first time he suggested it. When he said the first time he kid said, "Oh, I want to be a dog," said, "No, you're a human. You're not a dog. You're a human. Don't do it the first time. Oh, when it's convenient for you. Then when you want him to eat fucking dinner, then you're gonna be like, oh well, no, son, get your ass on the no. You tell him from jump, yo, you're not a dog. From jump, you tell him that. You continue.
Okay. So yeah, so he tells him this: you're not a dog. Come eat at the dinner table. Stop your barking. Stop your panting. Stop acting like a dog. You are a human. Now let's go and let's go eat. Now, like I said before, that's giving correction. That's giving
When it became
that's
convenient for him.
what do you mean? What do you mean when it became convenient? He saw that he was taking it too far.
No, you should have never fucking let it happen in the first place. Yes or no?
Sure.
All right, continue on with. Can you continue on the weight thing so I can give you my 2 cents?
Yeah. Now, as the reason why I gave that example is the proper way how Wade should be handling his son. You give him correction. You give him the truth. You let him know that you are not a chick, you are a boy. And you are going to live as such, as a boy, because that's what you are. That's how you were created. That's how you got here. That's how God made you. And you are going to live as a boy as such. Dwayne Wade failed in that regard. And I have no respect for him anymore. I don't. Because he has shown that when it was time to man up, when it was time for him to, be firm and be truthful, to his son, he didn't do that. He allowed the teacher to do it. He allowed all these other women who he cares about do it. Instead of him taking the charge, being the head of the household, he failed to do his job. That's what he did. Now I have more to say, but I don't want you to say that I'm taking over the podcast. So go ahead.
You have more to say than say it.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead, continue.
No. I really want to hear what you have to say.
You don't care what I have to say.
Yeah, I do.
You
Even though
don't.
you're going to disagree with me, but go ahead.
No, because the only reason why you want to talk about this is because you want to continue your assault on transgenderism. That's all. That's all this is about. Because
What?
you said that he failed his kid in this regard, right? That he didn't. That he failed as a father, right? A man who had to fight for his right to have custody of his kids as a single father.
I knew he was going to go there. I knew he was
No,
going to go there.
am I right or wrong?
I knew he was going to go there.
Am I right or wrong?
No, you're right. But I knew.
No. Okay, all right. So for you to say for you to not now, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you this question. If his son ended up being gay, would you say the same thing? Not then transition, still a man, but he's gay.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say the same thing about him as a father?
Yes.
You would say the same thing.
Yes. If he allowed his son to embrace, his homosexuality, yes.
I don't believe you, but I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give. So what should he do
Wait, hold on. But why don't you believe me?
Because I don't believe you.
Why?
I don't believe you.
Why?
Because I don't believe you. Because here's the thing, right? You've accepted the idea of homosexuality. I know you don't agree with it, but you've accepted it. This is something you're never going to accept, and that's fine. That's fine. But the reason why I'm skeptical is because how is Dwayne Wade supposed to handle? Let's say if his son comes out as gay after when he's out and about in the world or whatever. Let's say he's 19 or whatever. He comes out as gay. What's Dwayne Wade supposed to do?
Well, once you reach 18,
No,
19...
Don't do that. What's he supposed to do?
No, because you said 18 or 19.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
What is he supposed to do?
If he's 19 and he says that he's gay, there's nothing else he could do.
Really?
Yeah.
You're still the parent, right?
Yeah, you're still a parent, but
you're
a full-grown adult now.
You said that he allowed this to happen. He embraced this. So therefore, he failed in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
And you're telling me that because of an age, that all that shit goes away? That goes away. If my son becomes a murderer at age 20, I'm supposed to be okay with it? Well, you're an adult, son. Like it's it's okay. Fuck no, you're not. No, it's not okay. It shouldn't be okay when you're 15, and technically it shouldn't be okay if you're 20. So let me ask, what's the real problem here? Are you upset about him not being a good father because of something that you don't agree with, or is it because he's not being a good father, or he's just not being a good father in general? What's the problem here?
No. The problem is that he didn't take charge of being a father and giving his son the proper correction that he needed when it comes to being a transgender. You at a kid who's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I don't care. The kid's not even in high school yet. You don't know what you're doing at that age. You don't
I
know
agree
any
with
better.
that.
You don't know any better when you're at that age.
I agree with that.
Okay,
But at
so
some point,
that's when he steps in. That's when
but at
he's
some point, do like if he tried to suppress it and it's not and it doesn't go away, what's he supposed to do?
continue to suppress it.
That's your answer. To continue to suppress it, and then if it ends up happening anyway, then what? Then what? Then like, what's he supposed to do?
Are you talking about Wade or his
I'm
son?
talking about the topic that we're talking about right now.
Are you
The guy
talking about
we're talking
Wade
about
or
right
his
now.
son? That's what I'm asking you. Are you
I'm
talking about
talking
Wade or
about
his son?
Wade. What's he supposed to do?
Continue to be a dad and give correction. That's what he's supposed to do. That's what he's supposed to do.
That no, that's not no.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And I asked you if it don't work, then what's he supposed to do? Just keep trying,
Continue to do so.
continue to do so, and even if
Yes.
it doesn't work,
Even if it doesn't work, you continue to do so. You
then
don't give up.
okay, all right, then
You don't give up. You continue to do so.
if you so? But what's giving up? What's giving up? Like, cause to me, it seems like you want to have you want it both ways. You want him to be a father, like being like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, and this and that. And yet, when it comes time for him to with his kid, you just want him to just do what you would do instead of doing what was good for his kid.
Well,
That what it sounds like to me.
hold on. No. Don't give me that mumbo jumbo about what's good for his kid. The parent should know what's best, what's good for their kid, not the kid. He doesn't know any better. You and I already established that the kid does not know any better at that age. So don't give me
Okay,
that
that's
bull
fine.
crap. Don't start giving me garbage afterwards.
But here's the difference. Zaya's not 8 no more. She's still. I mean, I think she's still young, but she's not 8 anymore.
She's still very young.
That's fine, but she's not that age anymore.
He
So,
is still very young.
but they're not 8. They're not 8 anymore. They're not.
What
I
do you
don't know.
mean?
I don't know how old she is, but she's not 8.
She's not
At the
even
end
a
of the day,
teenager.
at the end of the day, he has to do what's right, what's best for him and the family. I don't know what the answer is because I'm not a parent. I'm not pretending. I'm not going to give a guy parenting advice, especially if I don't have kids. I'm not doing that. But you have a lot of people who say, "Oh, he should do this, and this," and they don't have no fucking kids. Like it's a lot harder to actually be a parent than it is to just be on a fucking podcast telling them how to be a parent. It's a lot easier to do that than it is to actually parent.
So
What do you mean
someone who doesn't have kids, that means they can't differentiate from what's right or wrong. You get out of here with that.
It's not your determination what's right and wrong. It's not. All this bullshit you're talking about, they should go by God's. Well, not everyone believes in God. Newsflash, not everyone does. And that's something that you're gonna have to get over.
I also then I also say by nature. Then I also say
Nature and
that.
biology, not everyone believes in that bullshit either.
No.
No, they don't.
That's what
Listen.
You don't have to believe it.
No,
But that's
that's
still what
fine.
that's what the truth is.
Fine. But the fact
That's
is,
what the truth is.
not everyone believes the truth. You know how people are. Not everyone's gonna believe. People are always gonna create their own truth. At the end of the day, he has to do what's right for him and his family. Right? So, like, to me, I don't give two shits with how he raises his family. I don't care. It's not my place. He can do what he wants.
He could do what he wants, but if he wants to make it public, people have the right to spread to express their opinion.
I think the reason why he makes it public is because he wants to show that raising a transgender kid, anybody can go through that. Anyone is capable of going through that. It's not just an isolated thing. Anybody can go through that.
And what I'm going to say, okay, Frank, go ahead.
And the thing is that your overall sentiment, I do agree with you on. I think that kids should not worry about who they're attracted to at age 8. The only thing they should be concentrating on is being a kid.
Yes.
I agree with that. But you have kids who have trouble with their gender identification or whatever the fuck, right? And at the end of the day, you have like however a parent sees fit to raise their kid is how they see fit how to raise their kid. All right, let me give you an example, and hopefully this doesn't go out because I'm gonna tell you this. Don't tell, and you do not tell my mom. Okay, don't tell my mom this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when we were younger, my sister started dating, and she didn't tell my mom. My mom found out the hard way, and she punished my sister for it for dating. Okay,
This was
now
this was in high school.
yeah, high school.
Okay.
Yeah, now my sister she has two nieces. Both of them are dating. Both of them are
What?
dating. Yeah.
Aren't they like freshmen?
One is no, they're a little bit older. Like the youngest one is a freshman. The other one is a sophomore.
Okay. Wow.
But they're both dating, right?
Okay.
And my sister, she's okay with it mainly because she knows the parents of both the boys. You know, they have communication with the boyfriend's family and stuff like that, right? You
Okay.
notice how you know that my mom would never. And the fact is, my sister, she knows this, and my sister hasn't didn't even tell my mom yet. She hasn't told my mom yet because she knows how she's going to react. So again, like
Well, yeah, because she's
the-
going to say that kids at that age should not be dating yet. Maybe,
obviously,
like, obviously, you're going to say you
and my
shouldn't be dating until
sister
you're a
and
senior
my
year,
and my
probably.
sister was older than both her daughters when she started dating, and my mom still freaked out. So again, parenting, like everyone has a different parenting style. So I'm not going to criticize her. I'm not going to criticize her. I'm not going to criticize my mom. And I'm not going to criticize I'm not going to criticize Dwayne Wade for how he's raising his kid. Because at the end of the day, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, and frankly, it's none of my business.
Well, it is part of our business
No,
because
it's not my business.
he made it public.
Okay, that's
So
fine, but
so
it's still not my business.
no, once he makes it public, you put your business out there.
That's fine, but that doesn't mean I have to fucking pay
What
attention to
what?
it.
Oh,
Doesn't mean I have to pay attention to it.
when you make it for the public to see,
Hmm.
you are putting your business out.
That doesn't mean that I have to. That doesn't mean that I have the right to tell him what to do with his kids.
You can still, I still have the right to express how I feel about it.
That's
If
fine.
he never made it public, nobody would have never known.
No, trust me. If you found out, you would still act the same way. If you found out, you would act the same way. So let's try to be honest here.
I am being honest.
At the end of the day, like it's not a big deal to me. I don't care. Like at the end of the day, he's already proven that he's a great father by being there. It's one
Right.
thing that's the one thing that we require a lot of the bare minimum that we require from our fathers back, especially in these times, is to be there. Yes or no?
That's what I have always tried to tell you over the years.
Okay, so he's there, and now we want to criticize him because one of his kids is transitioning.
That he's embracing.
He's there. He's there for his kid.
That he's embracing.
He's there for his kid.
You obviously didn't hear that part.
I don't
That
care. I
he's
don't. I know. I
embracing.
don't. I don't care about that part. He's there for his kid.
I do. I do because it is wrong having now. It's wrong when you have kids. They should not be worrying about transitioning into somebody else. No, no.
I mean, you could tell that to your kids, when you get them. You could tell that to your kids. You shouldn't have to tell that to anyone else's kid.
Listen, listen. Embracing normalcy is the way to go. Okay, that's the way to go. And if he's going to continue to put this in public display, I will continue to express how I feel about it. I'm going to continue to say that it is wrong, that it is sinful, that he needs to give the proper correction that the kid needs. Otherwise, it's going to continue to embrace confusion and deception. That's
For
not
who?
good.
For who?
Good
For who?
for her. Well, for him.
I mean, that's not you. You don't know. You don't know her. You don't fucking care about her.
It's a him.
I,
Okay,
that,
stop,
I
stop,
mean,
stop, stop lying. Stop lying to me, and
look.
don't lie in this podcast.
You
You
call
know exactly. You know
you
exactly.
call
You
Zaya
know
her
exactly
too.
what he
So
is.
you call her you call Zaya her too. So like cut the crap. At the end of the day, here's my point. The point is that he raises the kid the way he feels fit to raise the kid. Okay? You want to comment on it? That's fine. I don't give a flying fuck. I don't care. He won 3 NBA championships. I don't care. We
We're
can
not
move on.
talking. The guy's retired. We're not talking about that right now. Okay, we're not talking about that right now. Now let me finish just one last bit and then let's move on.
Okay. Gave Zion the confidence.
That's a blessing.
To be able.
Shut the hell up.
That's the other thing you did.
Shut the hell up, Ryan Clark. Talk about that. It's a blessing. No, it's not. Not the hell it ain't. God is not going to be blessing this type of behavior. He is not. Okay, and for someone to say that, well, I believe in God and all this other stuff, for you to say that, oh yeah, that's a blessing. Stop lying. Stop lying. Stop lying in your own stupid show. All right. Cut the crap. Cut the crap. There is nothing that's being blessed here. Nothing. No, yeah. You can laugh all you want to.
I just want to. I'm not gonna tell you who wrote this, but I'm gonna write this comment. Now this is for me. This is for me, right? But I didn't write this. I'm not telling you who wrote this. I feel you clearly at this point. He just wants to voice his opinion about this.
Who said that?
I'm not telling you.
Why not?
No, I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you. But
hold on. We're doing this podcast together, and now suddenly you don't want to tell me?
No. I'm protecting his identity.
Okay, but it's about me, so I have the right to know who it is. Who is it? Is it Joe?
No.
Is it Malta?
No.
Is it Joshua?
No.
Is it somebody in the chat?
No.
So who is it? Mr. B?
No.
Who is it?
It's a friend. It's a friend of mine.
Okay, do I know the person?
No. I mean, no.
Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Why are you lying in the podcast?
Look, at the end of the day, he's not wrong. Like you're only talking about this so you can voice your opinion on it. That's it.
Who's the person? Who's the person?
He's a friend of mine.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I know who it is. Who it is?
I mean, it's someone that I know. He follows my YouTube channel.
I'm pretty sure I know the person too. Who is it?
No, I mean, if you know, then you're good.
Okay, spit it out. Who is it?
Look, I'm protecting his identity. But
yeah. Sure you are.
I am.
Sure you are. Look, there is absolutely Ryan Clark. He is an idiot. Okay.
I didn't even hear what he said. What did he say?
All right, let me go back. Right here.
Said, I am gay. So the teacher called home. 8 years old. The teacher called home and said, hey, I just want you guys to know we post these all over the school, but we didn't want to post this if you guys didn't blah, blah, blah. Right? So we sat down with the teacher and talked about the teacher at that time was a gay female.
Okay.
Gave Zion the confidence.
That's a blessing.
To be able.
Shut the hell up, man. He said, Ryan Clark said that's a blessing. How? Go ahead.
He used a God term to justify in your case blasphemy.
This is blasphemy. It is blasphemy. Like shut up. Like no the hell it ain't. This is a blessing. All right? This is embracing confusion. This is embracing deception. All right? There's absolutely nothing to embrace. There's nothing blessing over, this nonsense, all right? This is garbage. This is exactly what that is. Garbage. All right? What Dwayne Wade is doing is wrong. And all these guys over here, I wish I could show it, but you don't want to take the risk. But you have Ryan Clark, you have this other mumbo jumbo, you have all these people here who are a bunch of simps because they don't want to offend Dwayne Wade. That's why they're supporting him, because they don't want to defend him. That's why. When you have losers like this who fail to lead, this is what you get. Now let's hear.
He's multi-millionaire. one of the greatest NBA players of all time,
Just
part owner of the Utah Jazz,
say those words.
business mogul, failure.
That has nothing to do with parenting. Let's continue.
So when we sat down and I was in the room across the way, I prepared myself for 5 years for that moment, not knowing what I was going to do or say. When Zayek sat down with me and was across the way, just like me and you are right now, Ryan, I'm looking at my child. I don't care about anything else. I'm looking at my child and I'm looking at my responsibilities. I'm looking at a child that's crying, that's afraid to tell their father
Wow.
that they're different than what you probably thought I was, Dad. I don't.
And that is where you step in, and that is where you put the correction in. That's when you implement correction. That's when you step in as a father and you tell her what the truth is. And what the truth is that you are a boy. What the truth is that I'm going to raise you as a man. And you have to be a leader, right? You have to live by how God created you. How you are made in this world, how you supposed to match and go by science and go by reality, go by truth. That's what you're supposed to go by. That's what Dwayne Wade supposed to tell him in the first place. Not now. Oh well, I'm afraid that he's not going to come and talk to me. Well, newsflash. There's a lot of things that kids don't want to talk about, with their parents. But at the end of the day, you still have to be a parent. They do as you say, not the other way around. You put the rules down. You put the law down so that they could follow to follow you, not for you to follow them. They follow you. You're supposed to be the guidance. You're supposed to be the obviously the provider, the helper, and you're also supposed to lay down the law. Be firm, with your kid. That's how it's supposed to be.
Want to play basketball. I don't even want to be, I'm not a boy. I feel that I am X, Y, and Z, right? I'm looking at my child scared to tell me. And I feel like I am pretty open at this time. I realized that I needed to do better and I needed to do more and I needed to educate myself. And so what I did is I picked up the phone, I researched as much as I can because I needed to understand. I sat down with my child and I asked questions because I didn't know. Because it's not our job and our responsibility to tell you who you are.
Bullshit. Yes. Yeah, you just heard me curse. That's bullshit. That's exactly what a parent is supposed to do. Tell them who you are and what you are. That's exactly, especially at that age. You tell them exactly what you are. They don't tell you. They don't come here and dictate the name of the law in the household. No, the person is a kid. You're supposed to teach. You're supposed to correct. You're supposed to discipline and be truthful with your kid. When you allow them to say, "Oh, I'm a boy," to say, "Oh, I'm a woman," or "I'm a chicken." No, you don't embrace that. What you embrace, what's so funny?
I just got a message saying now we're cursing.
Yeah, my apologies, but that's a bunch of BS. That is a bunch of BS. The parent is supposed to lay down the law, not the other way around. Okay? If a kid says to me, or if your kid, or let's say one of our kids had come to us and say, "Oh, I want to be a drug dealer." No, the hell you ain't. Who are you to tell me what you are and what you're going to be doing at that age? No, that's not happening. Not in this house. Not in my watch. You are going to do as I say, not the other way around.
You are going to be who you're going to be. It's my job to try to put you in the best positions to help you reach that goal of who you want to be.
So pretty much what you're saying is the child, the minor, the kid dictates how life is supposed to be for her or for him as a kid. That makes no sense. Kids are exploring the world as we speak. They're curious of how the world works, of what they are, how they're supposed to act like. They're being curious. But it's our job as parents to be a good guide to show them exactly where they're supposed to be. That's our job. Not listen to what they have to say. They listen to what we're supposed to say.
It's not my job to tell you. You know what I mean? And right now, we experiencing that with Zaya, my 13-year-old, who last year we came out and we spoke to the world that, hey, my 13-year-old came home and said, Dad, this is who I am. I am a transgender child. And we didn't come out until she was 12 to the world. But the reason we came out to the world was because I got tired of trying to hide my child. Taking photos with the rest of my family, not posting Zaya, because we posted one thing on her birthday and there was so many bad comments that we wanted to hide her from it. But it came to a point where I said, am I hiding her from it? Or am I hiding myself from it?
All right. That's it, because otherwise it's
Oh no! Wait! Address that.
no. That's what I was going to do.
No. Address it. Go ahead. Do that right now.
Okay, yeah.
No,
Now,
you were gonna say, oh, that's it. No, address that right now.
no, that's what I was going to do. When I
ahead.
said when I said that's it, I meant like
Go ahead.
no more audio,
Fine,
no more audio.
Fine. Go right now.
Okay, the portion where the portion that he talked about of that he was hiding Zaya from from the public. When he decided to hide her from the public on his own. That's what he decided to do, because he knew.
No.
Which part? Which part you want me to talk about?
Okay, he posted a picture of her, right? And obviously, if she's transitioning or whatever, she's gonna be wearing certain things, and people had the balls, and I'm sure you probably would have been in that same boat as well, of calling her names, doing this, saying that, or whatever, right? Despite the fact that at the end of the day, it's a kid that's going through the abuse from a bunch of other fucktards on the internet. Bunch of little fuckboys on the internet who wouldn't say that shit to her or to Dwayne Wade if they were there to their face. But according to you, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Right? 'Cause I guarantee you that's not what you were gonna say. You weren't gonna defend her when it comes to that. You weren't gonna defend Dwayne Wade when it came to that.
Of course not.
No, because you're so caught up in you wanting to talk about this, because all you want to do on this podcast every so often is to trash transgender people, which was not what the goddamn. Anyway, I'm confused. I'm my bad. I got distracted.
Yeah, I know you did. Yeah, and I know exactly what you did too. Go ahead.
What? Oh, I forgot. You watching TNT, right?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, listen. You can't. It's right there. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah. Hurry up, so I can finish.
Regardless, this is what these people go through. This is what they go through, right? And he doesn't want to subject his kid to that. It doesn't matter what they want to be. It don't fucking matter what they want to be. They don't want to subject their kids to this. Nobody does. So if he wants to get to the point where he wants to embrace what his kid wants to do, then whatever. Let him do what he wants to do. But the one thing I will never, ever support is a bunch of fucking dipshits on the internet trashing a kid. I don't give a flying fuck what their pronoun is. Nobody has the right to trash a kid. I don't give a fuck what they're doing. You don't like what he's doing? Talk to him. Don't trash her or him. I don't give a fuck how you refer to them as. Leave them the fuck out of it. That's all I gotta say.
All right. Now, before you pop a blood vessel.
No, hey, I curse. You don't. All right. I can say what I say because I stay consistent. You want to sit there and get upset because you're upset because he's trying to be a parent, because he's trying to understand what his son or daughter, whatever the fuck, is going through.
Oh, wait. Hold on. So you just said, "Oh, whatever."
Yeah. Yeah, I said whatever. It's not a joking matter either. It's not a joking matter either. No. Let me talk.
You just proved my point.
No, it's not a joking matter either, because I don't like that. It doesn't matter what genitalia they have. All right? They don't deserve to have that treatment towards them. You don't like I said before, you don't have to like transgenderism, But don't treat these fucking people like monsters.
I did
That's
that.
not.
I
Did,
I
did,
I
did,
I did
did,
that
I-
to Zaya.
did
I
you
did
do?
that to Zaya.
Oh, wait a minute. What do you? What were you? What? When did you start cursing?
I did that to Zaya.
When did you start cursing?
I don't know. You heard me
Clearly,
curse. You heard me curse
no,
before.
clearly, you don't give a flying fuck about her feelings. You don't care. You don't care. All you care about is, he should be raising his child toward normalcy, so that if I see this person, I know for a fact that it's a boy. You're only saying this because of your own. The only reason why this is a topic because you hate transgender to the point where all you want to do is to talk about it, trash him, and think that he's going to change his mind. That's the only reason why we're doing. This is the only reason why we're doing this. It's the only reason.
Wherever did I say I'm going to change his mind?
Why is this a topic then?
So the purpose of this is for me to change his mind.
No, why are you talking? Why is this a topic?
The same thing as why every other topic, to have a discussion.
What discussion are we gonna have that we haven't had already?
It's just a regular discussion. What's the difference between this topic and all the other topics we had?
We talked about Leah Thompson, right? Which had to do with the at least it had something to do with something tangible when it comes to sports. A sporting event. This had nothing to do with anything. The only thing that's sports related is who the father is.
Yeah,
that's it.
If it was any other regular person, I wouldn't talk about this.
Oh, fuck out of here! You wouldn't bring it up here, but you would clearly go to wherever avenue where that was taking place, and you talk shit about it.
No, I'm talking about our podcast. Like
I'm talking about any avenue.
No. You're no. If I'm talking about for the podcast. If this was just a regular guy, or if this was some rich person who had nothing to do with sports, I wouldn't bring it up in the podcast.
It don't fucking matter where it's taking place. We know what your opinion is already. We know what your opinion is. You stated your opinion in the Leah Thompson thing.
You said it doesn't matter. Of course it matters, because this is something that has to do with an athletic sports figure.
And
Dwayne Wade.
No, it really doesn't. No, it really doesn't. It had nothing. The only reason why this is a thing because he's rich and famous. That's it.
No,
that's it. The real story is her.
You're getting it.
I'm not
confused.
No, I'm not getting
confused. If this was, for example, if this was Bill Gates, I wouldn't bring that up in the podcast.
Okay, but would you still have the same opinion?
Yeah, but I wouldn't bring it in the podcast.
Okay, that's fine. There's nothing to do with the podcast.
Yes, because you said because you brought up the Leah Thompson thing.
Yeah,
in
the context is that we already know how you feel about transgender people. You've already made that clear. You made that clear already. The only two times you've ever cursed on the podcast is when you're talking about transgender people.
That's not true.
Right? Yes, it's true. Yes, it is true.
That's not true.
Yes, it is true. Look, Steve. Listen. You don't like transgender people. That's fine. The thing that you do is that you like to have opinions, and then when I call you out on those opinions, you don't want. And I try to make it blunt. You try to hide. You try to hide from that.
No, because I think I cursed a couple more times, not just.
Again, you're getting caught up on the wrong thing. We all look. I know how you feel about transgender people. That's fine.
You said I hate them.
Yes, you do. Yeah, you do. The problem is that you're the last person to say it. Even though your mannerisms, everything, all your topics, everything that you talk about them, not just here, but in our private chats all throughout the years. Okay. The thing is that you're pretending that you're pretending you're not, and you're using the cloak of God and nature and all the other bullshit to hide behind that. Just admit for everyone here that you just don't like transgenderism, and we can move on.
Yeah, I don't like transgenderism. That doesn't mean I hate those people. You could hate their lifestyle. Okay, you could not embrace or accept it, but that doesn't mean that goes hand in hand of hating the actual person. No.
You're so full of shit. You really are.
You just hate. I just don't agree with the lifestyle. I just don't think that this is something
I
that should be accepted in society.
the idea of not agreeing with the lifestyle is not what I have a problem with.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's
You
not.
always, you always had a problem with that.
No, I don't know. It's not. That's not. It had nothing to do with that at all. What annoys me is that is you have to put your 2 cents into something that's very hard to do. It's very hard to do. It's very easy for you to say, "Oh well, hey, you're not doing this. That's it." But when it don't work, you don't have any answers. You just say, "Oh, keep trying, keep trying, keep trying." When it don't work, then what are you gonna do?
You
Then what's gonna
try,
happen?
you try and try again as
Again,
a
yeah,
parent.
you try and try again as a parent. Yes, yes, yes,
Yes,
yes, yes, yes,
yes,
yes,
yes,
yes, yes,
exactly.
yes.
Because either
And
you
when that
keep
and when
because
that don't
you
work, what are you
either
gonna do?
you either
Try
keep
it, try
trying,
again,
you
try,
you
try again, try again.
you
Pray,
either you
this and
either
that.
you either try or you give up. Those are your only options.
Here's the thing: everything that you say, everything that and the stuff that gets your attention, all of it is stoked in hatred for these people. The problem is that you have a hard time admitting that to yourself. You have a hard time admitting that to yourself
You're only saying I hate them just because of
because
where I stand. That's why.
it's everything that you say, everything that you do, is what leads me to that conclusion. You're not gonna sit here and tell me, "Oh, this isn't normal. This is not this is not that," and then you're gonna sit there and be, "Well, I mean, I don't hate you. It is how I feel."
That I'm just being objective.
Hey, hey.
I'm
I don't
just
have I don't have any more to say about this. Like,
I'm just being objective. The only last thing that I want to say is that I am very disappointed in Wade.
of course you are.
I don't give a rat's ass about his rings. I don't give a rat's ass about his game show. I don't
Mhm,
care that that he's rich. That's not the point.
mhm,
That's all that stuff that you're bringing up is
mhm,
irrelevant to me. Is irrelevant to me.
mhm,
And cut the out. All right, stop that. That's just very
mhm.
annoying. Stop that.
Okay,
Now, all that other stuff that you mentioned is irrelevant to me.
okay.
What I care about is for him to do the right thing, and the right thing is to give his son, the proper correction that he needs, so that way everyone in the family can embrace
Because
normal.
that affects
Because
you. Because that affects
because
you in your core,
because
right? Right? Because that affects
because
you, right?
because no, it doesn't affect me. But again, if you're going to put on
Well,
public,
if it don't affect you, then what are we doing?
because if it's on public display, I have
I
the
don't
right
know.
to talk
So
about it.
no 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 no
Yes, yes,
no no
yes.
no no no
He
no no
put
no
it.
no no
He
no no
put
no
it
no
in public.
no 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 no
So
no no.
because he put it in public, I have the right to talk about it.
Well, you have a right to talk about anything you want. You want the facts is what he's done in public is the only thing you should care about. What he does in his private life, like again, you don't have to agree with him. That's
It's
fine.
not.
You don't have to agree.
It's not private when it's on public display. Have it now.
Okay, and I already told you why he made it. He already told you why he made it public. He already told you why he made it public. But you don't care.
No, I don't because it's not normal.
All right, whatever. This is my turn now. We're done with this topic. All right, we're gonna make this short because I want to go to sleep.
Hey! You're the one I wanted to watch the Heat game.
Yeah. I do want to watch the Heat game.
Yeah.
I don't apologize for that. So
Yeah.
we're gonna
So
make this
don't.
quick. We're
Yeah.
gonna
So
make this
don't.
quick. So
So don't talk about sleep when you were the one I wanted to watch the Heat game.
I'm gonna sleep anyway. I'm good. I'm gonna sleep anyway. All right. So this news came out today. Embracer Group enters agreement to acquire IDOS, Crystal Dynamics, and Square Enix Montreal for 300 million.
Mhm.
And the IPs that go along with that are Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, Thief, Legacy of Kain, and 50 back catalog games from Square Enix Holdings for 300 million. Um, let me see now. And now I did some research on this company. Look, I never heard of Embracer Group until today.
Yeah.
But the thing is that there are a company that is from the remnants of THQ Nordic. Now remember, THQ
Wait, isn't
was
THQ out of business?
this is the company that formed out of it.
Formed out of THQ.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Let me see.
Wow.
Actually, let me see if I'm gonna look. I'm gonna go to this wiki and show you. Um, yeah. So like, it's a company. It's a Swedish company. Apparently they specialize in like PC and cell phone games prior.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. This wiki right here. Let me now I'm gonna switch to it when it get there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so this is formerly Nordic Games Licensing AB and THQ Nordic. So I think this was a yeah. This is where the company was forged out of. Um, right. So the company has acquired several assets from defunct publishers, beginning with those of Joe Wood in 2011 and THQ in 2013. So they bought THQ in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see what else do they have here. Let me see if there's any other information here. Mhm. Let me see. Nothing that's like anything that's relevant. Um, yeah, this is the company that bought so they own the rights to Tomb Raider now. They own the rights to I guess I'm assuming they also own Hitman as well. So pretty much what Square Enix did is that they sold off the Western part, the American, not American, but the non-Japanese portion of their portfolio. Let me see. Let me try to Actually, let me play this. Let me play this. I'll play this. Hopefully, we won't get copyrighted.
I love my new home, but it might be too Victorian.
Gosh,
We'll wait till
interesting
the
headline on
advertisement
this.
go away.
Hell,
Put this in pause because I do want more of an understanding of what is going on.
Yeah.
To be working with so many incredible partners who are using Unreal Engine 5 to move the state of the art forward. In fact, we have one more friend to introduce.
Thanks, Dana. Crystal Dynamics is proud to be a part of the launch of Unreal
Why am I
Engine
hearing
5.
echo?
Oh, I don't know. But it's not even the right thing. It's not even right. It's not even the right thing.
Yeah, I'm hearing it like twice.
You're hearing? I'm not hearing nothing. You're hearing the echo?
Yeah. What's going on here?
Wait, do you? Wait. Do you have the? Hello?
Yeah.
Can you still hear the echo?
No.
Okay. Let me read the thing. We are thrilled to welcome these studios into Embracer Group. We recognize the fantastic IP, world-class creative talent, and track record of excellence that have uh not a second. Okay. Where was I at? Okay. Embracer no. Where am I at? Ah man. We recognize the fantastic IP, world-class creative talent, and track record of excellence that have been demonstrated time and again over the past decades. It has been a great pleasure meeting the leadership teams and discussing future plans for how they can realize their ambitions and become a great partner of Embracer. Embracer is the best kept secret in gaming, a massive, decentralized collection of entrepreneurs whom we are thrilled to become part of today. It is the perfect fit for our ambitions, make high quality games with great people, sustainability, and grow our existing franchises to their best versions ever. Embracer allows us to forge new partnerships across all medium to maximize our franchises' potential and live our dreams of making extraordinary entertainment. And let me see here. Okay, so and now the weird thing is Crystal Dynamics is also part of this deal. right? So Crystal
Mhm.
Dynamics, they're the one that made the Tomb Raider reboots and stuff like that. And the thing is that they're also supposed to be working on a AAA. They're supposed to be helping a Microsoft studio with Perfect Dark remake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I mean, let me ask you a question. You ever played Perfect Dark?
No, I always
I
wanted to play it, but no.
I never played it either. But yeah. So I don't think that will be. I don't think that will be affected. But yeah, I think that was kind of interesting. Eidos Montreal, they're the studio behind Thief, Deus Ex, and I think they made the last Shadow of the Tomb Raider game. They also made Square Enix Montreal. They're responsible for Hitman Go, Tomb Raider Go. They're responsible for the mobile games.
And those are real excellent AAA titles too. I always you weren't a fan of the reboot Tomb Raider, were you?
I never played it. It was too. I don't know. I should play it, but I don't know. There's something about it that didn't appeal to me.
Hmm. I think it's because you mocked it, saying that it was too similar to Uncharted.
It is.
And that's why you didn't want to play it.
Yeah, that's part of the reason.
Hmm.
I mean, okay, so Embracer they've purchased they've expanded over the last couple of years. They've acquired Dark Horse Comics, 3D Realms, Ghost Ship Games, Gearbox. They have Gearbox. I didn't know that. THQ Nordic, Saber Entertainment, Coach Media, and many more. So this is a group that's going to be. I feel like you're going to be hearing a lot more from this company in the next coming months. So
How much did they buy them for again? 300
300
million.
million. Yeah.
And but you said that they bought Square Enix.
No,
That
well
they-
they bought the properties of Square Enix. They bought properties of Square Enix. They didn't buy They didn't buy Square. Period.
they just bought all the properties.
They bought some of the property. They bought pretty much. They bought the western portion of the company, the non-Japanese portion of the company.
But I would think 300 million is just not enough.
Not enough. What do you mean not enough?
Like we're talking about huge franchises here. I don't think, wow, like just 300 million. Like I would think, with all the properties that they own now, it would be worth more than that.
No, I mean like what brand do they own that's worth that much?
Pretty much everything that you named, like the Tomb Raider, the Hitman, the the well, there was another game that you mentioned.
Deus Ex?
Yeah, Perfect Dark. I think you also mentioned.
No. They don't. No. Microsoft owns Perfect Dark. Crystal Dynamics is helping one of Microsoft studios to make that game.
Crystal Dynamics is helping them.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that
Okay.
that was the agreement done before this acquisition.
Yeah, but you see, it says acquire exit. Yeah, Eidos, Crystal Dynamics, Square Enix, Montreal. Yeah, so you
That's
think,
pretty much that's three studios basically.
yeah, three studios for just 300 million. You think that's reasonable?
I mean, I don't know how much these companies are worth, so I don't know that. I don't know for a fact if it's worth it or not. I just think that I don't really know what to think because like I said, like I don't know what this Embracer Group is. I don't know what their plans are, but as long as the thing that I'm happy about is that Sony or Microsoft didn't buy them, that a third party company bought them, and again, you have Xbox fanboys who want to be dumb and say, oh well, 'cause I don't know if you know this, but the government apparently is looking into the whole Activision
Yeah,
Microsoft thing, even though
yeah,
it's already been approved, it's going to go through, right? But you have a lot of Xbox fanboys that are like, oh, how come the government ain't looking into this deal or whatever? And maybe they should, but this is not a move that's going to hinder competition.
right. I
It's
agree.
not. It's not going to bring into question the idea of a monopoly. It's not.
Agree. Yes, agreed.
So the fact that people are trying to come up with the same conclusion is dumb, but it's not surprising because fanboys in general are dumb. Do you have any thoughts on this? 'Cause I
I,
don't have that much. I really have not
the
that
the
much.
only
But it is a big deal though.
it's a big deal. The only thing that obviously matters to me is the games. If they're not going to be, if I don't see any new Tomb Raider games, any Thief games, then I don't care.
I mean,
I really don't.
they did announce that the new Tomb Raider game is going to be coming out, and it's going to be using Unreal Engine 5. So you'll get a new Tomb Raider game.
Yeah, if that's the case, then good, because that's what's the most important thing is are we going to see these games being released anytime soon? And I'm talking about all of them, not just some, but I'm talking about all.
Yeah.
If you're going to waste, this, if you're going to spend this amount of money, then I expect to see every single one of those games, all of them, all of
Yeah,
them.
I
But
agree.
but but yeah, I want to do more research on Embracer because I really, like you, I don't know who they are, and the whole thing that really caught me off guard was the whole THQ thing, because I thought THQ was non-existent years ago.
I know someone bought the intellectual property of THQ, but I didn't know it turned into this. Like,
Yeah,
I didn't know it turned into Embracer Group.
because THQ they, because man, when did they file for bankruptcy? This was like, oh my gosh, this was like
Yeah,
a long time ago.
it was a while ago. Let me see. Let me see. Did they ever really? I wonder if they even filed for bankruptcy. Let me see.
Yeah, I could have sworn, they became non-existent. I think back during the.
Cause I remember when they were up for sale. Then I know that a lot of the properties were being sold off.
Okay, when the properties were being sold off, was it similar to like, okay, so pretty much different companies was buying their properties, like they
Yeah,
didn't send all of the properties to just one company.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay,
Cause okay, like Saints Row, for example, the original creators of Saints Row was THQ,
yeah,
and now I think Volition Games makes Saints Row.
oh, okay, okay,
So okay, so all right, so I'm looking at this right now. Let me switch to the tab right here.
hmm
Okay, right now I'm on THQ on Wiki right now. Right, so THQ, they filed for bankruptcy in 2012.
yeah. See, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and what happened, and it says it right here, and commenced liquidation of his assets the following month. So several properties were auctioned off to other companies, while the remaining staff were fired. My bad.
fired. Yeah,
Yeah. The THQ trademark was eventually acquired by developer Nordic Games, and Nordic Games is what ended up turning into Embracer Group.
hmm,
So they bought the name THQ.
okay,
Yeah, so I mean, so like I said, like I'm just glad that the games are gonna continue to be third party.
yes, I like that. Can you go back to the other tab, because I want to see how many games in total, like, um they have acquired. I know you named them, but I want to just make sure one more time.
Let me see if I can let me see if I can find it. 'Cause I don't have a tab for it, but I don't know if they have a full list. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it.
But yeah, I do really am happy as well that Sony or Microsoft didn't buy that company. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hold on a second. Yeah, I am too. And like I said, I just don't think that I'm just not for you know console manufacturers buying studios that the way that Microsoft did it and Microsoft did. I just don't like the way they're doing it.
yeah. I don't either. I don't either. And and oh my goodness, man, I'm just worried that this is something that's just going to keep happening. But if it's going to happen like this, where third parties are buying other third parties, then that's fine. But I knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to be a trend where companies, video game companies, publishers, whatever, developers, these studios was going to buy other studios. Like I saw this coming
Yeah.
because once Microsoft did it, now you see other companies doing it. So
Right. So these are the games. If you're looking at the screen right now, these are the
yeah,
games that they purchased. Right. So, and
yeah,
most of these are games I've never. Well, they own Gex now, which are a property that haven't been used in forever.
a property that haven't been used since back like in the PS1 days.
Yeah.
Have you ever played the franchise?
I play a little bit of it.
The okay, maybe you don't remember, but when you were playing it, do you ever remember saying to yourself, I love this game, or I like this game?
No.
Were you entertained by it?
No.
Or you
I
weren't?
thought the lizard was funny, but that was about it.
Okay. I do remember playing, I think part 3. I think they had a couple of sequels.
Hmm.
I just can't remember. I think I played Gex 3, and I did enjoy playing the game. But the thing is, I just completely forgot about it because they just stopped making Gex games. Like they just completely
Yeah.
stopped. So all right, so what else do they have?
I mean, these are the main ones. Like
What the heck
these.
is what the heck is the Unholy War? What's that?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Sounds like an MMO to me.
And Off World Interceptor. You know what that is? Or Whiplash?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Now it is important to note that Crystal Dynamics did make they made Avengers, and I think they made Guardians of the Galaxy also.
Yes, very good games. I mean, yeah, I heard they were very good games.
I heard Galaxy is good. I didn't, Avengers not so much.
Yeah, Galaxy, I actually want to try. Do you want to play that game too?
Yeah, actually, I do want to play it. I do
Okay.
want to play it.
All right.
So that's pretty much it. I thought they were gonna have more, but I think a lot of their IPs are like little known IPs.
Yeah.
So, but these are the big ones, right? Like those are the big ones, and they bought the studios as well. So they bought the studios, and these studios that they bought, they're good studios. So it's not like, oh, they bought like a bunch of garbage studios.
Yeah.
We have someone in the chat, Vic.
Oh,
I don't know how to pronounce it. Vic Vic. I apologize, dude. I don't know how to pronounce it.
who is it?
I put it on. I put it on the. You see it is highlighted.
Oh, Vicious 954. I think that's Vic Shuis. Maybe that's how you say it. What's going on? I'm doing okay. Obviously, we're doing a late podcast. We usually
Yeah.
do it, earlier on, but my friend over here wanted to watch the Heat game. But yeah, I do appreciate you coming. But you came. I think I gave you the link late. I think I'm trying to remember,
Wait, you don't know who
but
this person is?
I think I do. I think I do. The thing is, I want to say it, but I just don't want to be wrong.
Yeah.
I think I know who it is. I just don't want to be wrong, and I don't want to offend you.
All right, but anyways, I mean,
No,
I
but
don't.
I think if I'm correct, I think it's Ahmed.
Okay.
I think it's Ahmed. Now, if I'm wrong, I humbly apologize, but I think it's you, Ahmed. And if I'm right, just give me a thumbs up. If I'm wrong, give me a thumbs down. But yeah, dude, we were talking about a lot of stuff. Like the NBA playoffs. Damian Lillard, and we was talking about Dwayne Wade. About his son. Transitioning and how and how I kind of disagree with it. And we have my friend over here.
Kinda.
We
Don't
have
say kinda.
yeah, okay. I greatly disagree with it, and we have my friend over here start cursing, going off on me
I
for
didn't.
this.
I didn't curse at you.
Okay, for cursing for this because I didn't go along, with the confusion and deception. So
No, no, you're completely right about that. But anyway, do you have anything else to say about this embracer group thing?
um the only thing I really want to say is I just hope all of the games that they now that they acquire will be developed. That's all I really care about. Because if you're going to make this news and spend all this money, then I expect games. That's all I care about. I want the games. And if you could deliver the games, then obviously this was a very big deal, and I appreciate it. But if this is going to be something like what was that company that like I don't want this to be I don't want this to be like when Sony basically got rid of Crash to Activision, and then Activision did absolutely nothing with the franchise. Like that. That's not, I don't want that. That's not what I want. If you're going to buy a company, if you're going to buy certain properties, then I expect the game to come out.
Well, technically, I mean, Nintendo sold off Rare to Microsoft, and for the longest time, they did nothing with that either.
Yeah, that's another example of what I don't want.
Yeah,
And which is very stupid that Nintendo did that because bro, that Donkey Kong game, that Killer Instinct game, Super Nintendo graphics, they still look amazing till this day.
you did. You did.
That Donkey Kong game looks fantastic, even now.
Yeah,
Looks
I agree.
unbelievably good, and the same thing with Killer Instinct. I think the graphics on Killer Instinct looks phenomenal.
I agree.
Yeah, so for Nintendo to get rid of the franchise, I mean, to get rid of that studio, and Microsoft absolutely did nothing with that studio. It
For the
pisses me
longest time,
off.
they made Sea of Thieves, which is apparently popular, even though the game looks like dog shit to me. But
Have you played it?
no, fuck no,
No.
no.
Yeah, so that's not what I want. You gave a really good example with Rare. Me giving the example, with Crash Bandicoot.
I mean, pretty much. I'm glad they didn't go to EA because EA was gonna milk them dry, and then they're gonna kill it. They're gonna kill off the studio anyway. Because when you look at you remember BioWare used to be one of the top developers and one of the top studios in gaming.
I remember, yeah, I remember BioWare.
Yeah, and then now, like, what's BioWare doing now? They made Anthem, which was a fucking failure.
Oh man, that game has so much potential,
It did,
so
it
much
did, but
potential.
but the problem is that they wanted it to be a games as a service game, and making the games as a service in this space is dumb.
Yes.
It's dumb, and I mean I don't want to get into a tangent, but the
No,
reason,
you can. You can.
look, the reason why games as a service when it comes to console games don't work is that console gamers are conditioned to expect you know epic experiences when it comes to their console games. Saying that or making a game where you're just like, oh well, we promise we're gonna give you this and that as as we go along. That's not console gamers are conditioned for that. They're not what they're conditioned for.
Mm-hmm.
This idea, like, I read up on some of the game, right? I've never played it, but I did do research on it.
Yeah.
This idea that you have to read, that you have to go to other sources to find out the lore of a game is dumb. It's dumb. You want to use outside sources to explain what's going on in the game. When the thing that should be the device that should be explaining what the game is the game itself.
Yes. Agreed.
Right? That's how Halo became popular like that. And Halo has lore. It has comic books. It has all this other stuff. It has books. It has comic books and stuff like that. But they introduced you to a world that was fully fleshed out in the game. Same thing with Game of Thrones. And I don't watch that fucking show, but it has lore. It has stuff that happened in the past. But they gave you everything that they gave you, everything that they wanted to present to you was done in full fledged on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And with Anthem, they tried to give you a half-ass campaign with nothing with really nothing to do, nothing else but just a half-ass campaign, and it was just lazy. It was lazy. I guarantee you, if you gave BioWare the freedom to create a world for Anthem, that game would have been so much better.
Oh my goodness, yes.
It would have been so much better. But the problem is EA. That's the problem.
Yeah,
And I don't know if this Embracer group is gonna end up being like EA, but I'm happy that EA didn't buy them either.
yeah. EA doesn't know what they're doing anymore. Like they really don't. Like this is what happens when you have, these companies that all they care about is the bottom line, even if that means compromising the video games as a whole, the gaming industry as a whole. So be it. As long as they make their money, they don't care about the product.
Exactly.
And when that happens, your product gets compromised, and then games are just no longer good anymore. So it actually hurts the bottom line at the end of the day anyway. But the whole thing with when you mentioned Game of Thrones, isn't The Walking Dead the same way?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It has lore and everything like that, but the core setting of what the game wants it to be, is the world that they drop you in is full fledged, and they did that on the show. They
Yeah.
did that on the show. They presented it to you on the show. And with Anthem, they just it was just half assed. There was no real conclusion to it. All it was just, hey, we have more expansions coming this month, that month, and this and that. And the funny thing is that once the game bombed, they stopped.
Why am I not surprised?
So stupid.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, I pretty much ran out of stuff to say. Once again, I just really hope all the games comes out. I really would like to see a new Gex game since we talked about it.
mhm.
Um, I do want to see a new Tomb Raider game. You mentioned that, so we'll see. We'll see. Once again, I don't want them to have buy all these studios and then they do nothing with it. That's not what I want.
I agree.
That's not what I want. So hopefully every single one of those games on that list, gets a fair shake, and we have the opportunity to play them. So yeah, that's all for me.
Yeah, that's it for me too. Like I said, let me scroll up. I want to thank Malta, Joshua, Dogs, who apparently is a big fan of yours. Um,
Yeah,
Ethan,
dog. I don't know. I don't know who Dogs is. I don't know who. I have no idea. I really wish the person would tell me, but I have no idea. Okay.
Ethan, and Vicious. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, after like, comment, subscribe. If you're late, listen to the podcast. It'll be available. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. This is Hoovy 186. I'm out.
Yeah. So yeah, like he said, appreciate you guys, for watching. It is such a huge honor to have you guys, partake in the podcast. So when you get a chance, again, subscribe to the channel, share it, so other people has the opportunity, to watch. So with all that being said, this is the Traditionalist 101 signing out, and have a good one.